Hello and welcome to Still Got Legs, a Doctor Who Rewatch podcast brought to you by Another Happy Studios. This week the Doctor gets shot by an astronaut, and Amy keeps seeing something and then she forgot.
Didn't even rhyme.
That rhymed enough.
You know what? Hello and welcome to Still Got Legs, a Doctor Who Rewatch podcast brought to you by Another Happy Studios. We're heading to America to investigate a mysterious death and an impossible astronaut. Hello everyone, welcome to Still Got Legs, the only Doctor Who Rewatch podcast in the world. My name is Nathan. As always, I'm joined by my companion Lawrence as we go on this wonderful journey through time and space and rewatch every single episode of Doctor Who. Got a little look on your face there, Lawrence.
I'm a surly man, Nathan, if I'm honest.
Why is that?
Was that pre-prepared?
It was, yeah.
So you had it waiting for me to fail?
Yeah, well, I knew that I would hate yours, so
Yeah.
I thought I'd just prepare a backup just in case I needed it. I wasn't gonna blow it off. I wasn't gonna use it regardless. But luckily, seems like I was right to be prepared.
I don't like that you had it in your back pocket. Is that it now? Are you just always going to have a backup and always be ready to take over if need be?
Let's see. Well, the people declared, Lawrence, okay, that apparently they like your terrible intro, so who am I to fucking stand in their way if they want to hear you? So,
But if we're alternating now and we've both introed this week, where do we stand here?
well, Lawrence, here's the thing. Yours was terrible.
You've cracked this wide open, you know that.
Yours was terrible, and you please, was the half rhyme unintentional?
No,
Because I need you to understand. You know that's not a rhyme.
I
okay?
do. Right, here,
Okay.
and this is what I would have explained had you not been nasty and cut me off, right?
Okay.
I am intentionally, if the people want me to do this, right, it's no secret, I voted for you. I don't like doing these, right? They're not fun for me because I get ridiculed every week. I want Nathan to take over the intros, but now Nathan no longer wants to take over the intros. So he wants to, you don't even want to alternate, you want me to do them forever.
No, the people want that, Lawrence.
Oh, yeah, but you've now, kicked your toys out the pram and you're sticking to this. So I've decided if I have to do them, not only am I going to make the rhymes intentionally worse than ever before, I'm also going to keep adding to the amount of rhymes. If you've noticed, that was 4 when I typically only do 3. Next week it will be 5. I mean it.
So you're just intentionally making the podcast worse now.
Yes.
Great. Isn't that fun for everyone?
It's my intention.
Aren't we all enjoying this? Isn't this great?
You know that concept
It's becoming a much worse experience for everyone involved. Okay.
You know that concept of quiet quitting when you're like to slowly just work your way out the door?
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing, but with the intros alone. I love the podcast, but these intros, I'm not a fan of them.
So you're quitting the podcast?
No, I've just said no. I'm sticking here. I just don't want to intro. I don't like doing it now.
Well, you have to.
Well then, strap in, everyone. I'll treat you to rhymes such as shot and astronaut.
God, I cannot stress how much I hated that. It was so bad. It was so insulting to just every fibre of my being.
A part of me tried to do it your way, and I just thought, no. Do you know what? I'm not going to give in. I'm known for my rhymes. I'm sticking to my rhymes.
I don't like them.
You don't have to.
I don't like them. They're not good.
I'm no longer trying to appease anyone, Nathan. I'm just here to make myself laugh.
Well, maybe you should, okay?
No.
Maybe you should. Anyway, what's going on? We got 1 million views on TikTok. That's pretty cool.
For a Mamma Mia TikTok of all things.
For a TikTok which was posted almost 2 years ago by this point. And it's been slowly gaining traction.
Yeah.
And it's not even related to this podcast. So.
But we'll be damned if we're going to remove it from the TikTok page because it boosts us up.
Yes, it's there.
Of all things as well, it's the video where you're like cinema sinsing the Mamma Mia timeline.
Yeah, yeah. I know. We also uploaded some more TikToks, and literally every single comment so far has been like, wow, I can't believe Lawrence has actually made some TikToks. Well done, Lawrence, for actually making some TikToks. Yeah. Well done, Lawrence,
Thank
for
you.
making that TikTok. Well done.
I'm in a box. What do you want me to do?
Well done, Lawrence.
Fine, I'll be the bad guy, Nathan. Thanks. I enjoyed making all those TikToks.
You fucking son of a bitch. You know what? Spoiler alert, he didn't make them. I did, okay? Second of all...
No, you made one of them and I made another one.
Okay, but I made the first one, which was why everyone commented, oh my God, the TikToks are back. Well done,
Yeah.
Lawrence. You finally made more TikToks. Okay. And what really fucking got me, what really fucking pissed me off, okay, and this actually made me angry, was that I made the TikTok and I sent it to you so you can add the captions and then just post it to TikTok, okay?
Yeah.
And you posted it to TikTok and you posted it to YouTube Shorts, okay?
Yeah.
You didn't post it to Instagram.
I forgot, yeah.
Yes, you forgot. I noticed that, so I thought, I'll just post it to Instagram quickly. Later on that day, I'm checking Instagram. I see a comment from someone saying, whoa, Lawrence finally posted a TikTok. And then you fucking replied to that comment saying, oh, actually, I didn't make this, but I did post it on the one that you actually didn't fucking post.
Right, but you can see my genuine intention there. I gave you the credit. I just brain farted and forgot that I hadn't posted it there.
I was furious.
I woke up to a text from you that was sent at, I'm pretty sure you sent it in the early hours of the morning, and you were like, are you fucking joking?
No, it was like 11 p.m. It wasn't the early hours of the morning.
All right, but I'm an old man, so I'm in bed by 9 p.m.
All right, well, I'm older than you.
Yeah, true.
And I'm up till fucking 3 most days.
Yeah, but you're young at heart.
No, I'm not.
Just a bad sleeping schedule then.
Yeah, just a bad sleeping schedule.
Oh, right. Now that we've done our debates on who posted the TikToks and who do the intros, we should probably talk about some Doctor Who.
We should. This is episode 75 of Still Got Legs.
Whoa.
Episode 75 of Doctor Who Revival. And it is, of course, Series 6, Episode 1, The Impossible Astronaut. Written by Stephen Moffat. Directed by Toby Haynes. It is The Impossible Astronaut. I may have already said that. I don't know. There was a weird editing moment there. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, we weren't talking about anything else, I promise.
No.
We were talking about Doctor Who off air.
Lawrence, it's The Impossible Astronaut.
Nathan, I'm in a really interesting part of the show now, right? Mm-hmm. I'm in that part of the show where all of this gets hazy. Because although I have seen all of Series 6, I am in the boat where I haven't seen it half as many times as I've seen every other season of the show.
Because you're a coward.
Because I'm a coward.
Yeah.
So I'm now in a point where, genuine plot threads, I know broad strokes, but genuine little moments, I'm like, I wonder how they resolve that. And it's the first time I can accurately assess how effective mysteries are from a kind of new set of eyes and a new perspective.
Well, lucky for you, Lawrence, I know everything, and I have all the answers ready to go.
Are you going to break them down? Just spoiling any fun for me?
Yes, I am. So let's go.
Nathan, general thoughts, Impossible Astronauts.
It's a great episode. This is Series 6 is the start of Doctor Who going worldwide, really. I mean, literally, in the sense, in this episode as well. This is when it was oh boy, this show is getting popular. People are loving this weird little sci-fi British show. And it's hello everyone, here's Doctor Who. Look at it.
So, the BBC America thing, is there
Yes.
Is there any monetary gain there, or did they just suddenly go, we may as well put it on here and all?
I think so, yeah. I think there was some, yeah, I think so.
It definitely has that expansive feel. Where the episode goes, you very much know that they're America, you guys will love this.
I definitely think there's clearly a budget. There's clearly money being spent in this episode. There's clearly quite a bit of money being spent on this episode and the next one in particular, because it looks fucking incredible.
It really does, yeah.
So much, like, long gone are the days of series 1, the fucking countless budget jokes, which was a fucking running joke in itself, the amount of times we mentioned the budget.
Yeah.
Because those days are just so long behind us at this point, because the show genuinely looks fucking incredible at this point.
Yeah.
Does not last throughout the entire season, though. Okay.
Oh, okay.
There are going to be clear moments, and especially, and people will know what I'm talking about. You might even know what I'm talking about, but especially when you compare them to clear moments in this episode, if you compare them side by side, you can definitely see money was spent on one and not the other. So look. It doesn't last, is what I'm saying. They may have just gone, yeah, we'll spend half the budget on this opening two-parter and then see how the rest goes. But
right,
there's definitely some money being spent on these episodes. That's
so
for sure.
Savor it while it lasts. Is what you're saying?
Enjoy it while it lasts. Yes.
Oh, wow, I can see every corner of each room that we're in. This is incredible. Look at these sets.
One room doesn't have any corners. How does that happen? Incredible.
I reckon it's probably something to do with the increased budget.
It's the Oval Office, Lawrence.
Oh.
Famously, no corners.
Oh, I thought you meant the weird
Office.
Timu TARDIS, the return of the Wish.com TARDIS.
Why would I mean that?
Because that's got no corners. That's all a big old space, isn't it? It's kind of like a limbless space.
I mean, I guess.
We're both right, is what you want to say there.
I don't know. I don't. I'm clearly very more right. Anyway, general thoughts, Lawrence?
I like this. I think this is good. It's something new and it's something fresh that we haven't seen in a while. Like, we've gone from kind of hyper fixated on fairy tales and kind of whimsical nature to this almost feels like they've way more geared into a sci-fi shift with this episode. It feels very like there's like FBI agents around, and it's got this kind of grand American scope and scale to it, and it's, I don't know, different dynamics to be had. It's a fun piece. It's definitely a season opener and a part one, because my God, is it being like, by the end of this episode, there are so many dangling threads that you're kind of like,
there are a lot. Yeah, it's juggling a lot of threads, but I think it does so well. I think it's a good opener.
I do too. Look, I'm holding it next to the 11th hour, which is a tough ride for any episode.
It sets the story and the mystery for the season up, but also the story for this individual episode, and I think it does a good job of balancing both. Really.
I do too. I mean, the episode is 44 minutes long, and it really feels like it does take its time in places, but while covering so much ground at the same time, which is pretty hard. Whether
or not all these threads pay off, it's another matter. We'll have to see as the season goes on, but hey, I'm having a good time in the opener.
I did remember one specific resolution, and I was like, this is so cool. And then I remembered how they wrapped it up, and I went, oh, no.
Lawrence, shut up. You don't know anything, all right?
All right,
no spoilers, as a certain sexy lady
would say. Nathan!
Tell you what, you're not the only one barking this week.
Double denim, Nathan.
Spoilers. Anyway, I think there's a really cool opening with this episode. It's a classic three-pronged reveal.
Yeah.
I don't know if you noticed this. We see some French aristocracy-looking fellas. They're kind of like hunting for the Doctor, and then we get this three-pronged reveal where we see a pile of his clothes, the tweed jacket, the bow tie, etc. We pull back to then a painting set, a bunch of brushes, and like a palette of different colors and all this stuff.
Yeah.
And then we pull back to this magnificent portrait, a sort of half-finished portrait of the Doctor, completely in the buff, completely, absolutely naked.
No, he has a tasteful loincloth.
He's got like he's got like a red sachet covering his intimate areas.
Yes,
let's say. But he is completely naked in the clouds, surrounded by flying babies, which is very fun. It's a beautiful portrait.
Are they cherubs? I believe they're called.
What the fuck is a cherub? That sounds like a flower.
No, a cherub is them weird kind of podgy babies with wings on that you see in a lot of like religious imagery.
Angel babies, aren't they?
No, I thought this too, and maybe I'm going insane, but I'm almost certain they're called cherubs.
Look that up. Google that.
Okay. I'll tell you what, I'm just going to type in cherub and see what I see. Yeah, babies with wings.
We need an independent third-party producer who I can just tell to look things up as we go. But what? So what is it?
A celestial winged being with human, animal, or bird-like characteristics who functions as a throne bearer of the deity, Nathan.
Nowhere in that did they mention a baby.
Yeah, but they're being wanky. Every picture is a baby with wings.
Why is it a baby, though?
I don't fuck... What do you want me to do? I didn't make them up.
I don't like this.
That was Jesus.
I don't want anything to do with this. I wash my hands of it.
Okay, fair enough. We spoke a lot about artwork in Series 5. A lot, we had Van Gogh, we had the big old TARDIS exploding in Starry Night.
Don't know if we spoke a lot about it in series.
We had an episode about it.
There was one very specific episode, and then a moment in a later episode. But I don't know if that means we spoke about it a lot.
We spoke about it more than we have done in other series. Would you agree?
Okay.
Then I come out on top here.
Technically, yes, I guess.
Yes. No, I'm just saying, of all the artwork that we've seen, Doctor Who related, yes, mostly One Piece, I would prefer to have this painting on my wall. I wanted this poster, this sexy...
You would have this portrait hanging proudly on your wall, above your fireplace, would you?
Of course I would. It's divine.
Framed in like a gilded gold...
Yeah.
Like, a gilded gold frame, ready for everyone to see proudly as you come in.
I think it would be quite a charming centerpiece to any home.
I'm sure it exists. I'm sure there's someone who has it framed somewhere.
Yeah, someone that's handy with Photoshop has like straightened out the image somehow.
Oh, they can just do it.
You do it then.
What is that? What are you doing? What are you?
I'm just challenging you.
Why? What a weird thing that was. You just got weirdly defensive for no reason.
I did.
Are you okay?
I had nothing else to say.
I wasn't insulting you in any way, and you just got weirdly defensive. Are you all right?
I think that's all of the intros that you've slashed just bubbling in the back of me.
Okay, fucking hell. Anyway, this leads us on to one of my favourite reoccurring moments in Doctor Who. We're so fucking back, Lawrence. Oh, I love it so much.
Yeah.
These French aristocracy guys, they burst through the door. They have their swords drawn and they say, "Where's the Doctor?" And then we pull back to this woman who just simply says, "Doctor Who?"
Yeah.
Oh, I love it. Yes.
You get it twice in this episode as well, by the way.
I do get it twice. I love it so much. It should be in literally every single episode of Doctor Who.
Okay.
I used to fucking hate it. Genuinely, yeah. It used to really piss me off. I used to roll my eyes at it every time. But now I've gone so far the other way. I'm like, yes, put it in every single episode.
That's because you used to be a pseudo film Twitter guy, didn't you?
It's true, yeah. I used to be like you and all your mates, but now I'm better.
Okay, good, nice. No, I like it too, but obviously the gambit is short-lived. A noise is heard, Nathan.
No, yeah, the Doctor is underneath her dress. He's naked.
He is naked. I didn't want to take away from your three-pronged reveal thing. I was waiting for you to get to...
We've already done it. We've done the three-pronged reveal.
I thought the Doctor's the third prong.
No, it's the clothes, it's the paint, it's the clothes, it's the paint, and then it's the picture.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Because they go, "Doctor, Doctor, Doctor," on each one. That's the three-pronged reveal.
I like this. I like that he's creeps under. He's we've spoken about him being a relatively... I don't know if he's the sexiest Doctor or the most sexless Doctor.
He's both. We've mentioned it. He's somehow both. He gets flustered and uncomfortable around when people are talking about sex or even hinting at it, but then he'll flirt up a storm with River. He's going through time having sex with all these people. He's a horny little boy, you know.
It's an unusual like line to tread, isn't it? Like to somehow manage both of those things quite well.
He's got a good mix of both about him, and I like it. I kind of like it. I don't know why. It doesn't make any sense, but I like it.
Yeah, seems like it would directly kind of go against one idea, but hey ho.
Anyway, we cut to Amy and Rory at home. Amy is reading a history book, which details how the Doctor was then locked in the Tower of London and used some big kind of like floating bubble to escape or something, completely naked. That's a bit of fun. Love that imagery.
Firstly, it's a fun thing to picture. Secondly, I like the fact that it's kind of a different dynamic now, because obviously Amy and Rory are married from the end of the last series.
Yeah.
They went on their honeymoon in the Christmas special, and now they're just living together. And their adventures with the Doctor are more touch and go. The Doctor lands, off they go somewhere, and then back to regular life they go to. Which I quite like this. I just love the dynamic of Rory's coming in, unpacking the shopping, while Amy's trying to find out what the Doctor's been up to, just researching in history books, which is very fun.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
Yeah.
Rory loves watching Laurel and Hardy for some reason, and the Doctor's there. He's waving at them through history, so literally in this sense, yeah.
Yeah.
But it's a good fun time.
It is good. He's doing The Great Escape.
He is, yeah. He's in some sort of World War II POW camp. Yeah, bit of fun.
And then just, I guess, completely blows it for everyone.
I'll be honest, I've never seen The Great Escape. So
No, but just like he's obviously, even in general, they're getting out. They're getting away from something with their tunnels, and the Doctor just dips his head up like, I'll check what's going on, and then just exposes the entire tunnel system and I guess gets all of his mates captured or killed.
Yeah, but he's on adventures. That's the main thing. He's on he's having
fuck
adventures.
All those dead guys.
We don't know they're dead.
It'd be unlike him to leave them in that scenario, I guess.
I don't think they're dead. All right. Just because they're caught doesn't mean they're dead.
No, just back to a prisoner of war camp for them.
No, you don't know that. You don't know that.
I guess not.
You're so pessimistic.
Well, it's inferred, isn't it? They're not in a great scenario.
No, you always assume the worst. You do. You're always so pessimistic. Anyway, Rory and Amy get an invitation. They get a TARDIS blue letter. It has a date, a time, and a map reference. Interesting. And then we cut to the Storm Cage facility, where a certain sexy lady has also gotten a similar invitation. And I love that the guard is like, he's called the alarm, and then he's on the phone to the boss like, sir, she's packing again. Yeah. I love the idea that River just starts packing a bag and everyone's like, oh, fuck, no.
Yeah.
No.
I love how brazen it is. Just the fact that her merely pulling the suitcase out causes this much of a reaction from everyone.
It's good stuff.
No one kiss her. No one get near her. Then, Nathan, it is big, sexy BBC America time. So they mosey on over. Amy and Rory kind of pull up in the middle.
Every time you say mosey on over, I really want to punch you in your face.
I don't know why you have this reaction, right? It's a normal phrase.
Neither do I. It's not a normal phrase. I fucking hate it. It really angers me.
Why?
I don't know. It just sets something off in me, and I hate it.
I think it's quite charming. I
hate it so much.
So Amy and Rory pull up in like just a. Is it in the Nevada desert or is it just a desert?
No, it's Utah. It's the Valley of the Gods, Lawrence.
There we go. There's just too many vast open desert spaces in America for me to keep up.
Okay, sure. Well, it's not Nevada. It's nowhere near Nevada. Or it's quite close to Nevada. I don't know. But I know that it's Utah. All right?
All right, fine. Anyway, so the Doctor is just kind of laid back on... it's a very American car. Do you know the brand of the car?
Well, you're not going to mention this big school bus that they pull up in first.
Oh, yes. Well, yeah, signs of the times. We're here. It's America time.
I think it's good. I think it's classic American iconography. The big yellow school bus is classic America. I remember the first time I saw one in the flesh, and I was like, oh my God, it's one of them.
Those things are from movies.
They're from movies. And then I sat in one, and I was like, these seats are really small. Wow. Yeah. They must be for children.
Yeah, I've never been in one. I've seen one go past, and I had the kind of similar moment where I just kind of jaw hit the floor and was like, holy shit.
Holy shit, they're real.
Yeah.
What?
And they're fucking massive.
They are big. They are big boys. Yeah.
But yeah, so do you know the car that the Doctor's on? I don't.
No, it's just some classic American car. It
looks like a big old American red station wagon.
Sure.
No, but what I'm saying is they're giving off, the yellow school bus, the big kind of red classic car. They're giving off these vibes.
It's big American iconography.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And speaking of, it's time for Suit Talk.
It is time for Suit Talk. I've got Suit Talk labelled. I'm ready to go. So yeah, we mentioned briefly last week that the Doctor does have a bit of an updated look. He's got a different jacket and shirt and bow tie, I guess, to last season. But he's also got like a different hairstyle as well. His hairstyle is it's a lot more like neater than series 1, series 5.
Is this upheld, or is this just a fresh series?
No, this is upheld. This is like series 5 Doctor looks quite different to like the rest of Matt Smith's run. Like,
right,
series 5 is probably like his messiest look, I guess. Yeah. And like his hair is quite unkempt and stuff. The tweed jacket is a little bit like, I don't know, rougher, I guess. Like this one's quite like, it's got like a nice pattern to it and stuff. It's quite nicer. And
one's from Top Man, and the other one is from like M&S.
Primark.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Primark and M&S.
Yeah, sure. I overall prefer like this look of Matt Smith because I do think it's just a cleaner look in general. And I think they somehow made him look older. Really, I think.
Yeah,
he if you compare him to the series, he looks so youthful in series 5, and he is. He's fucking 26 years old. Okay, but like I don't know how, but they have somehow, and even in this episode, because we'll get into it, but I feel like between, spoiler alert, the two versions of the Doctor we see, I think they have managed to make one of them look older than the other. Really, which I think is quite interesting.
I think a lot of that does come down to performance, but also like. You know what it's like when you get a haircut and you put on a suit. For blokes, those things are quite changing. Yeah, like you can change your whole vibe by.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Anytime a man puts on a suit, you just got to give them 5 minutes alone in front of a mirror, just so they can just have a bit of fun and like straighten their tie, open it up, and just do a little move about. And maybe they'll go, "Oh yeah, nice to meet you." Bang! Put out pretend to be James Bond or something. You know what we're like.
I know that it takes me like, I like to stand by myself for a minute and do like an upper torso sway just so that I can get my shirt not as glued to my body as I'd like it to be.
Sure. Yeah, you got to test out for all scenarios.
Yeah. I always say that whenever I put a suit on, I feel like you know the meat, you know the bag that they stuff sausage meat into.
Well, the little skin thing.
Yeah, the little skin.
Yeah,
that's what I feel like is like me filling out a dress shirt. I feel awful.
What a horrible image.
But it is a horrible. I fucking hate wearing a shirt and tie. Like it's genuinely horrible for me.
Okay,
it's not comfortable. No, I prefer the look of the suit. I don't like the hair as much. I don't dislike the hair. I prefer Series 5 hair.
Wrong.
Nah, man, what do you want this Doctor to be all neat and prim and proper for?
I don't know. It suits his vibe, I guess.
What, it suits the Raggedy Doctor's vibe, does it?
But he's not the Raggedy Doctor. He was the Raggedy Doctor when he was wearing David Tennant's fucking ripped, torn suit. Yeah, that's why he was raggedy.
No, I know, but he shouldn't stray too far. I loved it.
In that episode, he literally says, "To hell with the raggedy," as he gets changed and picks his new clothes.
But he hasn't had time for a haircut, and he keeps up that kind of bouffant do. I like it more. It feels more Mad Professor than this, whatever this new version is. We've seen...
It does, but Matt Smith does not... The 11th Doctor does not have Mad Professor vibes, though.
See, I agree with you. There's something, I don't know, just something aesthetically I prefer about his messier hair. I like it in the wind, that it moves about a little bit, and I like that he doesn't care for it, and he doesn't maintain it. He's just like, it's my hair. I've got loads of it. I let it do what it does.
No, I like this neater look. I like the more pronounced, like, little, like, neater quiff and stuff, and the little dangly fringe and stuff.
I think it's the quiff specifically, because it looks like one big cowlick, doesn't it?
Yeah, I like it. It's good stuff.
I'll see if it grows on me. Well, Nathan, all of that is lovely, but as someone once told us, we need to start putting ad breaks in this so that we're not interrupted mid-sentence. So can we slot one in here, please?
No. That's not the entire look, though. You was very famously, you was not a fan of the headpiece that the Doctor acquired during the finale of Series 5, the wonderful, beautiful fez, which I enjoyed. You did not like it at all. This time, he's picked up a Stetson. He says the line, "I wear a Stetson now. Stetsons are cool." He's got on the classic American cowboy vibes look. How are you feeling about this?
He's not wrong. They are cool.
They are.
Stetsons are very cool. And I don't know, there's something about a Stetson, right? Way over a fez. That is just, that is objectively cool headwear. You know, we've played Red Dead.
A fez is cool.
No, I don't think it is.
Well, you're wrong.
Okay, I guess it comes down to preference, but no, I don't know. I think the fez, strange, a bit too overly quirky, gives off Zoe Deschanel in New Girl vibes.
Zoe Deschanel in New Girl has never once worn a fez.
No, but
she wears high-waisted jean shorts and a ukulele.
Yeah, yes, and that's what I'm saying. It's a bit too like, whoa, look at me, I'm so quirky and weird and kooky and different.
You're wrong. Who do you know who is quirky and wears a fez?
No,
who have you ever seen that is like, oh, I'm quirky, wearing a fez?
I'm not saying I specifically need to reference, like, it's not the specifics of the fez itself. It's the act of wearing, so, oh, I'm so cool and I wear something different and cool and out there. I don't like it. Yeah, not good.
Okay.
But Stetsons, Nathan.
Isn't that the whole Doctor's vibe, though?
Yeah, but, like, I guess I'm... Like, you're straying too far. Like, it doesn't work with the outfit as a whole.
You're so wrong. You are so wrong.
No,
Anyway, the Stetson's very cool, though.
The Stetson's
I like
cool.
the Stetson.
We're Red Dead boys. We've both had our choice hats.
Yeah.
You prefer a more rounded brim, don't you? If I remember correctly from our ride in the Gentle King's posse.
Well, that is the name of our posse. Wait, no, is it just the gentleman?
It was the gentleman, but then it became the Gentle Kings.
Oh, the Gentle Kings.
Yeah.
If anyone wants to join our posse, let us know. We just mostly ride about and try on different suits.
Or take off our shirts, get on top of a train, and then bare knuckle fight to the death.
Then have a break for some beans.
We often do that. We go, right, stop hitting, I need beans. Let me have some beans. And you have to respect a bean break.
It's true, you do.
Yeah.
You do. This is what we do. Anyway. What was I saying? No, what you say? See, when I play Red Dead Story Mode and I'm Arthur, then I'll just wear Arthur's hat because it's Arthur's hat. You know, you can't change that up. That's his look. But for online mode, when I've got my own character, I wear like I think it's the gambler's hat. It is, and it's quite round and neat. But yeah. I like it.
Not quite a high or tall top to it either, right?
No, it's not quite a Stetson. It's not like this sort of cowboy hat where it like curves up and brims and stuff.
Yeah.
It's not like that. It's more like quite flat and neat and stuff.
See, I prefer this kind of Stetson, this Doctor Who kind of Stetson. Not just on my Red Dead characters in terms of a vibe itself. I feel it's very, I don't know, a bit more cowboy than Indiana Jones, but still retains all the coolness of an Indiana Jones.
Yeah, I guess.
Okay, now that's Stetson talk out the way.
That's Stetson talk for this week, and possibly ever.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, true.
No, he does come back. He does come back now that I think about it. But well, we'll see.
Well, it's short-lived here anyway, because River just fucking just obliterates it from his head.
I tell you what, she's got incredible faith in her own aim, hasn't she? Because
you would though. She's River Song. She's not going to fuck that up.
She's River Song. She knows what she's doing, but that is a gun. That is just a full-on, just normal American 6-shooter. She could have very easily just shot him in the head, and that is all fucking over. Roll credits, I guess.
Yeah,
it's not like some silly little alien blaster where he can then be like, "Oh, this is fine," you know. That is straight up death, you know. There's no regenerating from a bullet in the head.
No, I guess not. They'd make up some bullshit, wouldn't they? They'd be like, the neurons in his brain are still firing, which means his body's still active, which means he can regenerate or something.
Didn't happen to the 7th Doctor. Man just got straight up fucking clipped.
Yeah, but that was mostly because they were like, right, get this cunt out of the way. We got a new Doctor here.
It's true. We got sexy Paul McGann.
Yeah. No, I look, it's River Song. If I'm going to trust anyone's aim, it's going to be hers.
Double denim as well.
Fuck, mate. Oh.
It's looking good.
I'm going to start barking.
Stop barking.
I don't know if I can stop myself this week.
Yeah, she shoots off his Stetson. What's her damage, man? What is her damage with the Doctor's hats?
Yeah, I agreed with it with the fez. I'm so far off her team here, but I'll forgive it because of the double denim.
Fair, that's fair.
Yeah.
They go to a nice little American diner where they can sync up their diaries. Fun fact, I've been to this diner.
Have you?
I have, yeah. It's in Cardiff. You might be interested to know. Okay. And I didn't even go here on purpose. All right. I was literally in Cardiff for college doing a drama performance, and we was on like a lunch break. We was actually in Cardiff Bay, and it was the first time I'd ever been in Cardiff Bay. So I was like, oh my God, it's fucking Torchwood. I'm having the time of my life.
Did you go and stand next to that thing?
I did. I also went down to Yanto's shrine as well, which is very cool. But anyway, we went along the bay trying to like find some restaurants. We went into one, and then we sat down and was like, oh, this place is way too expensive. We were all like 18 or something, so I was like, let's fucking get out of here. And then walked a little way down, and there was like this American diner. We said, oh, let's go in here. I was like, yeah, this was cool, whatever. It wasn't until I got in, I stepped inside, I was like, holy shit, I'm in the fucking diner? Oh my God. Then I made everyone sit in the exact booth they sat in.
Yeah.
It's very cool. On the wall, there's like all kinds of pictures of like Matt Smith and Riverside, and even Peter Capaldi, because they filmed an episode of him there and stuff. It was great. It was a great time. Did you notice it straight? Because it's got that diner vibe to it, but obviously there's probably a lot of them about. Maybe less so in Wales, but like a diner looks mostly like a diner. Did you identify it because of the Elvis store? I think so. Yeah. The Elvis store is very unique.
Yeah.
It's a great look, but it's a great looking diner though. Captures the vibe perfectly.
It looks nice. Yeah. I mean, look, if you're gonna try and capture an American kind of old style diner, I
think it might have been an Ed's diner. I think.
Really?
I think it might have been from memory. I'm not 100% sure, but I think it might have been.
Huh. I mean, they all do have that kind of 50s vibe, don't they?
Yeah.
Like the red leather seats and booths and that.
It was a very nice place, though. I had a burger in there. It was
very
good
nice.
from what I remember. Yeah.
Well, there we are.
None of my friends really liked Doctor Who, so they didn't know why I was freaking out all that much.
You're just there going, oh!
I'm just there having the time of my life, just absolutely stimming off the wall.
Looking at never before seen pictures of fucking Alex Kingston in double denim, and you're like, God, so you gotta save these.
I was so excited.
I like that they're while they're syncing up their diaries, Rory has quite a few lines in this where he needs to get the American audiences up to speed. So he goes, what are they doing? And Amy's like, they're time travelers, and they meet each other out of order, so they have to sync up their diaries to see where they are. And it's like, thanks for that. Look, I'll forgive it, because I know you're getting people on board with this, but this hasn't come up before to Rory at any point?
Well, no, it hasn't.
It must have done.
When?
In all of the other fucking Pandorica nonsense going on.
Oh, yeah? What happened during the Pandorica nonsense? You mean when the universe literally ended? Did you see him and River syncing diaries at any point? And also, he was a fucking plastic centurion for half of that.
Yeah, but he was still thinking, wasn't he? He was still walking around and having thoughts and that.
And when did you see the Doctor and the River syncing diaries during that episode?
No, I didn't see it happening.
Okay.
But, I don't know, maybe they...
And where was Rory when they would have been syncing diaries?
I'm just realising River dipped off earlier, didn't she? She didn't go into the wedding.
Yeah.
Because they could have had a big wedding catch-up I didn't know about.
And he didn't know what the book was.
All right, fine. All right.
I love shooting down your dumb points.
I'll be wrong. That's fine. I can be wrong. I'll admit it.
Good, you are wrong. I do love a good sync in the diary moment. They mentioned Jim the fish, which is good fun. They're having fun over that. River says, do you remember Easter Island? Or they worshipped you on Easter Island. Have you seen the statues? Which is very funny.
I don't get it.
Oh, no. I saw the vacant look on your face. Right, do yourself a favor. Google Easter Island. Okay?
Easter Island.
Yes.
Oh, I see.
Okay, you get it now?
I do, yeah.
Yeah, statues, big chins, big chin boys.
That's very fun.
Lawrence, we just heard Lawrence get the joke in real time.
It was good. It was a good joke. What you need to do now is you need to cut me saying I didn't get it and then just put my laughter there.
That will not be happening. Anyway, the Doctor tells them that that he's been running from something, but now they need to go see something somewhere different, somewhere brand new. Space, 1969. And then we have the titles at 42 minutes into this podcast.
Yeah, Jesus Christ. I mean, look, we did a lot of housekeeping up top, talking about intros and all this.
It's true. We usually start off slow anyway.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, we'll ramp up as we go. I like this little picnic setup that they're having. The Doctor is drinking wine.
Yes. Or trying to, anyway.
Yeah. It's really fun. I don't know if you do this a lot, but like even when someone else is talking, just watching what Matt Smith is up to in the background of a scene, he's always so fun to observe. Like his little micro expressions are very good.
He thought the wine would taste more like the gums, which
so good.
It's very funny.
And as an alien, why wouldn't you think this? Like,
well, we've seen him drink wine before, and he hated it.
That's true. Yeah,
the Lodger episode. Yeah.
And
I think even during then I mentioned we see him drink it again soon, and he doesn't like it.
Yeah, there you go. Wait, look, he's found his acquired taste. Right. We've seen him try a lot of stuff he doesn't like. There's not much he does, to be honest. Very specific combination. Well, he had the whole montage in 11th Hour about like bad beans.
Oh, yeah. That's true.
Bacon he hates. No good.
Yeah. Well, it was fresh regeneration. There was weird stuff going on there.
That's true.
I'll excuse it.
I think he needs to come back for the 70th anniversary so that we can see him try assorted foods and we can find out for certain which ones he likes.
Sure, why not? What a weird scene that would be. How beautiful does this lake setting look?
Oh, it looks incredible.
It looks gorgeous, doesn't it? And they did ramp up the color grading a little bit because that is some fucking blue water, mate.
Yeah.
But it looks incredible. It's a beautiful, beautiful shot, man.
Yeah, for like water in a desert, no sir. Yeah. Not getting that. That looks more like Tenerife Oceans. Like it looks beautiful.
It does. It looks absolutely beautiful. They picked out a really good location.
Yeah.
And it shot just beautifully. This scene is. At one point, the Doctor reveals that he's 1103 now. He says he's 1103, and Amy says, "You were 908 the last time I saw you." So,
what's he been up to? Yeah,
he's been having sex.
Yes, he's been gallivanting.
He's been gallivanting and having sex with artist ladies, Lawrence.
I do. Obviously, like it's a wider point in the episode, but I do like that this is just like starting to rear its head in the show. That time is a very different concept for the Doctor to his companions.
Yeah,
because
100%.
Like obviously for like the 10th Doctor and the 9th Doctor, we didn't see it so much with him because he was there for shorter. But with the 10th Doctor, it was very much like it felt like he was doing the adventures week to week. It didn't really feel like any time passes in between certain episodes.
Yeah, it's true.
So yeah, we operated on like Earth companion time, whereas this Doctor's just like dipping in and out whenever he feels like it, which is a great concept. And he fat shames Amy.
It's actually a little hint towards something, but we'll see.
Oh yes, yeah. There you go.
You ever thought about that?
No, never. Well, I'm not saying this is a first watch for me, but it feels like a first watch as it's been.
But it practically is. I think we're pretty much in the series now, where it's just because have you watched any of this since it broadcasted?
Maybe like once 7-ish years ago.
Yeah. See, it's been a while.
They're all familiar concepts, but I couldn't piece them together in the way that I could piece season 5 together.
Because you're an idiot.
Yeah.
Amy sees a mysterious figure in the distance, but quickly brushes past it. And I love knowing what we know. Now you can see the Doctor clearly take note of this, and he clearly understands, doesn't say anything, and then also draws attention away from it and oh look, the moon,
Yeah,
he just moves them on, really.
Yeah, he veers away.
Yeah.
And I to be fair, I like that. We'll get to this a bit later in the episode as well, but I do like how it's very fitting how nonchalant the episode is about this. It's not played as a big moment. It's very much that was something. Now we're on doing something else.
Yeah.
Which checks out.
The Doctor has a very nice line where he says, "Human beings, I thought I'd never get done saving you." That's quite sad when you think about it.
It's very sad, given
it is quite sad.
What's about to occur.
What is about to happen. Yeah. Anyway, what is about to happen is an old man appears, who the Doctor recognizes. He gives him a wave, and then suddenly an astronaut appears out of the lake. Just a full-on fucking astronaut.
Yeah.
Whole big old white suit, helmet, everything.
This imagery is hardcore.
It's so hardcore.
I don't know.
Shot of the astronaut just standing fucking knee deep in the lake.
Yeah.
It's so good, man.
It is. I don't know what, like, I don't know the way to describe it. People call it raw. This image is raw kind of thing.
Okay.
Is that something the cool kids say?
No.
I've heard that.
No.
You've got to back me up here.
But who have you heard that from, though?
Other cool kids?
People on film Twitter?
Maybe.
Exactly. Famously uncool space.
This imagery goes off.
No, don't like that.
This goes hard.
This... No, I don't know.
This is metal.
Sure.
All right, no, but to get to the point, it looks fucking cool. This is what I mean about the show's kind of dipping away from whimsical fairy tale and more into kind of cool, straight down the line sci-fi. Because like this is just a cool concept that seems kind of dystopian and weird, and you can't quite put your finger on its familiarity, but why it feels so off.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's a really, really cool thing.
It is. The Doctor tells everyone, like, they need to stay back. Whatever happens, they just can't interfere. And then he walks towards the astronaut. We see him talk to the astronaut. He says, "It's okay, I know who you are." And then the astronaut lifts up the helmet. We don't see the reveal.
No.
I know who it is, spoiler alert, but I won't say at this point. But at this point, we don't see who it is. And then... what's interesting is, like, we see it from a distance, but we see, like, the Doctor, like, say a few words. We don't hear it. We see him say a few words, and then he just kind of, like, bows his head and waits. Really.
Yes, yeah.
Like, he's just waiting for it to happen. And then, yeah, the astronaut raises the gloved hand, and he gets shot. He just gets straight up shot. But he doesn't just get shot once. He gets shot, like... a few times. Obviously, Amy, Rory, and River have a big reaction. They rush towards him. He then starts to regenerate. Like, he starts glowing. He starts to give off the light, and then he starts to regenerate. He's through the regeneration process when he just gets brutally shot again, and it's just that final putting down, which just seems so harsh. It's just something about... It's just like the double tap or something about it. It's just like the putting down of the last... I don't know how to describe it, but it seems just so cold, that final shot.
I think they did something with the sound design, because the gunshots fucking feel impactful. Like, they really do pack a punch with them.
I don't know if you noticed, but you can see, especially during the final gunshot, you can see it, like... it really sends this shockwave and, like, ripples through the whole lake. Like, the whole lake ripples with the gunshot. Yeah,
it's one of them things that just, like, watching it, we know the rules, right, of the show. Right? Yeah. We do a fucking podcast about this show. Like, we get into the nitty-gritty on these kind of things, right?
Yeah.
So when you see that regeneration energy start to flow, right, and I know what the show does start to use this trick a few more times. Right, like I know the show does start to. It feels less special the more and more it's done, but so far we've only seen it for clean cut regenerations as you'd expect them.
Yeah, no.
Well,
not necessarily.
There's one fake out, but it's technically a regeneration.
It is technically a regeneration.
Yeah.
I don't like that it is, but it is technically a regeneration.
Yeah.
Yes.
Thanks, Russell, for any fans of order and lists anywhere.
I don't think it's more for us. I think it didn't have to be. Like,
yeah.
Like, I would blame Moffat for that more than Russell.
Okay.
Because Moffat is the one who committed it to paper. Like,
oh, true.
Russell just wrote it happen, then was like, that's it, I'm done.
Yeah.
But Moffat was the one who was like, no, it counts. It is. You know?
We're writing it down, yeah?
Yeah. But anyway, there it is. Yeah.
No, but like I'm saying, we know the rules, right? So when we see the regeneration start to happen, we know what's coming, we know what to expect. And then to cut it off, like, already it's sad. Because, like, I guess as watching this for the first time, as adults, you know. You just know.
Yeah.
But watching this as a kid, you would probably assume, like, you know, I know the rules.
Yeah.
I know what this means. And so that's already sad enough to grapple with. But then just this, like you say, the double tap is just, you just go, oh.
I think if I remember correctly, there was like this big bold claim, like in the run up to this series, like they're going to kill off a main character in the first episode. and it was going to be like, it was going to be like, who's going to die? Is it River? Is it Amy? Is it Rory? Is it the Doctor? Like, who's going to die? I think they like, it was kind of part of the promo of it all. There was something about that which I remember. And it turns out it was the Doctor.
But then, that's weird. What a weird hook. But I like that they do this big swing, and it's episode 1 of a brand new series.
It is very funny watching Confidential because, like, Stephen Moffat, like, very clearly says, and I might cut this out because it is spoilers, but he very clearly says
spoilers, and
then I just said liar. That's just a lie.
That's a fib.
That's just a complete fucking lie.
But I mean, look, you obviously feel free to cut this, but like that's stayed, hasn't it? Showrunners, like the whole Susan Twist thing of being like, oh, we just cast the same equity member a few times. Like,
oh no, but that was very tongue in cheek from Russell, though.
Like, well, I only read it. Was the delivery quite?
No, yeah, it was very tongue in cheek. It was very like, and then even after he goes, no, we know that's not the case. And stuff,
okay,
so,
all right, fair enough. But no, in this, Stephen Moffat's just straight up fibbing.
Russell can't hold his own piss as well.
No, he can't.
He gets way too excited. As soon as he sees people talking about stuff, he's like, "Oh, you notice that? Yes, that's part of it too." You know,
wait until you see how it's twisted web.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. I tell you what I really love about all of this. Like, firstly, how much River trusts the Doctor in that Amy sprints forward after the first shot and River holds her back. Because
this is the thing with River, though. She's like 4 layers deeper than everyone else, though, isn't she?
But that's what makes her character so fucking interesting, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. It's
you don't think about it at the time, but well, yeah, no. I guess we shouldn't really talk about it because it is part of like a later point. But like, she knows all of this. Really.
Yeah, she
like,
kind of.
Well, not all of it. Some of it. I don't know. It's like she knows a lot more than she lets on. Really.
Yeah. I think she knows the details, but certain. She knows the broad strokes, but certain details are open to change, and
some things are different. And whatever. I don't know, but she's always more knowledgeable than everyone else, or sometimes less knowledgeable. I don't know. Depends on the situation, really.
Do you like the way she unloads a fat clip?
I do, yeah. She just empties her fucking her round on the astronaut, which is good.
There's something so sad about her eyes as the gun just starts clicking, where she's obviously like, but she just the only thing she wants to do is keep shooting.
Well, she's like scanning the Doctor. She's like scanning for life signs, and then we hear like the beep, like no life signs beep, and then she just like pulls out the gun and starts shooting, which is pretty brutal. How good's Karen in this scene, though?
So good. Yeah.
Phenomenal, right? Give her the Oscar.
Yeah, yes. Not at all eligible, but bend the rules. Who cares? Yeah.
Give her the Oscar for Doctor Who Series 6, Episode 1. No, she's great. It's a heartbreaking, distraught performance. Because, of course, Amy would be so fucking distraught. This is her best friend.
Yeah.
Her literal best friend since childhood. Her imaginary friend. And now she's just seen him die right in front of her. And, God, it's fucking heartbreaking. And she does just an amazing, distraught performance.
I love how somber it gets from this point, right? Because it's very, like, Amy is just hugging him.
Yeah.
And there's this kind of like, I don't want to like jump too far ahead, but everyone's kind of reacting in different ways. Like River's fuming, but like you say, 4 layers kind of with the knowledge that she has is kind of like going through the motions of it, but experiencing it is still hard.
Yeah.
And Rory's like trying to comfort Amy, but you can also see that he's quite broken up by it.
Of course he is, yeah.
So it's...
Rory is... Rory's not as close to the Doctor as Amy is. That's just a fact. Like, it's Amy and the Doctor are complete best friends, and Rory's like, I'm here too,
Yeah.
But hey, we love Rory. Rory has some truly great moments in this episode.
He does.
But it's just a case that, like, he's not as close to the Doctor as Amy is, but he's still, like, it's still sad and heartbreaking for him as well. He still loves this man. It's still a huge part of his life, so of course he's going to be upset as well.
Yeah. But then the old geezer comes down.
He's a beautiful old man, Lawrence. He's Mark Sheppard's dad.
Is he really Mark Sheppard's dad?
Yeah, he's Mark Sheppard's dad. That's cool, isn't it?
That is cool. I like that.
Yeah, that's cool. They were going to, like, get Mark Sheppard to do it in, like, old man makeup, to like play the older version of himself, but then he just went, "No, get my dad. He's cool. He'll do
That's
it."
brilliant. Yeah, I mean, that does kind of make sense. Like,
yeah.
It's like what's that in your lizard versus monkey show that you like?
My Godzilla show.
yeah.
Who is it? Fuck, what's his name?
Kurt Russell.
Kurt Russell. Yeah, sexy Kurt Russell.
Yeah.
Because the show is set in like two different time periods. It's set in like 1950s, 1960s, and then also 2015 for some reason. Because Godzilla came out in 2014. That's it. Yes. Yeah. So so it's set across like these two time periods, and Kurt Russell plays himself. Well, he doesn't play himself. He plays a character in like the 2015 version, and then his son, your favorite Captain America, plays Wyatt Russell, plays the same character in the 50s, 60s, which is very cool.
I can't believe that a couple of years ago, me saying I find the character of US Agent interesting has become you just proclaiming that I'm racist in wildly inappropriate settings.
You said he's your favorite. You loved when he beheaded.
I never said this.
You did. You cheered. You love Make America Great Again, Captain America.
Fuck's sake.
And also in that show I mentioned this. There was I thought it was funny because Kurt Russell is supposed to be like 93 years old, and like I made fun of the show because of that. Turns out that's a plot point in the show. There's like a reason for that.
Okay, yeah.
like that is explained, but
never presume you're smarter than they.
No, yeah. They saw me. They laughed at me.
When you assume, you make an ass of you and me.
Out of you and me.
That's what I said.
Shut up.
Anyway, he comes down and he kind of like just somberly gives them. What I like is that he's just been at the hill waiting for this.
Yeah,
and then he's like,
all.
yeah, this is the second bang. That's my cue. Off we go. Comes down with his gasoline, and then something quite interesting. You know the doctor's semi-prepared anyway, but the fact that he was prepared to the extent where he's got an old guy to come and be like, the doctor said you might want to, fucking give him the
burn him
kind of thing.
But yeah, no, he says like that most certainly is the doctor, and he is most certainly dead. So we give him a Viking funeral, basically.
Yeah.
And again, just another beautiful moment because beautifully shot. They had to shoot this at sunset rather than sunrise because the sun shot in the sunset in like a different place. So they wanted it like setting over the lake, but it rose over the lake and then set like over the mountains.
Oh, yeah. I see. Okay, yeah. I like that it's Rory's idea.
Yeah, I do too. Yeah.
I don't know why. You see him kind of look.
He's a beautiful boy.
Yeah, but also these three characters, right?
Yeah,
they're very interesting.
Who? Canton, Rory, and
River,
Doctor?
Amy, and Rory.
Oh, okay.
They're very interesting, and we'll get there at some point, right? But they're very interesting.
All connected somehow.
I know. Do you want me to say? Okay. No, but I like it when the Doctor is removed from a scene, and it's just these three characters. Watching these dynamics at play is so interesting, and I do like that. It's in this scenario that Rory steps up, and it's like, if we're going to do this, we're going to do this right. And like he really takes control of the situation, and he's the least capable of all of these characters, right? Like I love Rory.
He is really, yeah.
He's played as the joke character a lot of the time.
Yeah, unfairly sometimes, but yeah.
Yeah, for sure. But like, I don't know. There's something interesting about how it's him that, this is a man has died.
Yeah,
let's show some respect. And great character moment for him.
He is indeed a beautiful man. The old man reveals himself to be Canton Everett Delaware III, and that he too was invited just like them. He pulls out like the blue envelope, which has the number 4 on the back. Rivers has the number 3. Amy and Rory have number 2. He tells them he won't be seeing them again, but they will be seeing him, and then he just leaves, just fucks off. Like, what the fuck was that?
Yeah. In context, he's had so many years to prepare how cool he can be in this moment.
It's true, yeah. Anyway, the gang heads back to the diner, and they're like, "Oh, bloody, who sent these envelopes? What's going on?" But then they see like an envelope on the table. They see envelope number 1, and then the Doctor himself walks through the big Elvis store,
Yeah.
and everyone is in shock.
He's
What a reveal this is.
It's a brilliant reveal, and it reminded me, and I tried not to laugh watching the episode, but it overcame me. It reminds me of that bit in Toy Story 2 when Woody kicks open the cardboard box and like kind of, he's like swaggers and struts through. And
I do know the moment you're talking of. I wouldn't say it's anything like that.
It's just, I don't know, there's something about the Western vibes. He was wearing a Stetson earlier. Like
He's not now, though.
No, I know, but it's just, I don't know, something about the vibes of it all. It made me laugh.
I do love the way like he sees them, and he's not expecting to see them, so he has like a big grin on his face and then just points at them like, "Oh, you guys, what are you doing here?" Which is quite fun. I love that a lot. River says, "This is cold, even for you. This is cold," which I quite like. Yeah, and she slaps him.
She does slap him. I do like that he's like, we've just gone from literally watching the man's funeral, Viking style, burning in a fucking canoe boat, right? It's sad stuff.
Yeah.
And then he's like talking about his special straw, which adds more fizz.
It adds more fizz.
It's the way he's delivering it.
It is, yeah. He's got some great delivery. I love the moment where like River asks him like about Jim the fish, and he just dismissively goes, "Who's Jim the fish?"
Yeah.
It almost seems mean, really, the way he says it.
Like, what are you fucking talking about? Are you okay, River?
Yeah. He's 909, so he's younger, clearly.
Yeah, by a good margin, too.
This is a younger doctor than what we saw before. And he clearly doesn't know what's going on or why they're there. So River just tells the doctor they've been recruited. Something about space, 1969, and CED3. I wrote Canton Everett Delaware the Third.
Nice. Yeah, very good.
CED3.
Good. Yeah. It sounds like a droid from Star Wars.
It does. I like it. CED3.
CED3. What would they call him? CD.
KED 3.
I prefer CD because like R2 as the nick. Yeah, R2D2 has the nickname R2.
Yeah,
but like
CD.
when they write it down, they spell it R2. ARTO.
Yeah. I guess they call him like CD, but then it's like
but that's what I like. That like he's a horny little droid.
He's a little perv droid. Anyway, we're in the TARDIS, and the doctor
hang on, because it's fun. Okay. I just wanted to say because River says it's spoilers, and this is the first time that we've been on the other side of that spoilers line. We know more than the doctor does.
I don't think it's the first time, but yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Kill myself, shall I?
No, it's fine. Anyway, in the TARDIS, Lawrence.
Yeah, fine.
The Doctor has been his usual flamboyant self, kind of showing off while he flies the TARDIS and talks about 1969, but you can just tell the vibes are off because, like, no one is interacting with him. Everyone is just like has like a glum look on their face while he's just prancing about. River and Amy at one point just walk off, and then the Doctor even asks Rory, he goes, "Is everyone cross at me for some reason? What have I done?" And I feel bad for him because like it's not his fault. I mean, it is, but not yet.
Yeah, like, he hasn't done it at this point.
It's not his fault. He's an innocent boy.
This is one of Arthur Darvill's finest line deliveries, by the way.
I fucking love this so much.
When the doctor goes, have I done something? Is everyone cross at me?
No.
And Rory goes, I'll go check. And then, but the camera stays on him as he just shuffles off. It's really good.
He's got a great moment. I was thinking of this line where like River's explaining to Amy that the Doctor we saw die was from 200 years ago, and this one, the one upstairs, is in their future. The one from before is from their future. Yeah. So they can't tell the younger Doctor that they even met the other Doctor. They can't tell him anything, basically. And River says he's interacted with his own timeline. He could rip a hole in the universe. And Amy goes, except he's done it before. And then Rory just goes, and in fairness, the universe did blow up. Which I fucking love.
Do you know what? Like, it sounds almost cliche to say it, but I love their married couple writing.
Yeah,
like it's this snappy back and forth, which is so fun.
Yeah,
and playful. Yeah,
Always love the moment where the Doctor just pops his head down and just goes, I'm being extremely clever up here, and there's no one to stand around looking impressed. What's the point in having you all? Good stuff.
I quite like that throughout all of this. The Doctor either has terrible hearing, or like there's something about it where like everyone's gone off.
It's one of those TV show things, you know. It's, there's a silence field around it or whatever. Don't worry about it. You know?
You have to hand wave it, but I do quite enjoy that there's almost this huddle going on through a glass ceiling. So the Doctor is just like, if you had a wide shot, just the Doctor occasionally like just kind of nonchalantly pressing some buttons on the console, being like, what the fuck are they talking about? What's going on down there?
It's true.
I like that there's a bit of sizzle. River's not scared of her or his death, the Doctor's death or her death, because there's a worse day coming for her.
There is, yeah.
But we're cut off before we get to learn any more of that. But yeah, interesting sizzle. I like that River's still, even though River's obviously more of a prominent character, they're still keeping up that mystery. They're still kind of sowing the seeds for that reveal.
Yeah, definitely. The Doctor's like, yeah, here we go, space, 1969, all this stuff happened. But too bad, we're not going. You guys off you go, make babies, you back to prison. And me, he says he's got a biplane lesson, or it could be knitting, one or the other. He's not sure.
Hasn't checked his Google Calendar.
Yeah. He's has a little strop. Yeah, he's like, and I like this moment. He's like, fucking, don't play games with me. Don't think you're capable of that. I'm not just gonna mysteriously go to this weird summons you've all set up here. Yeah, he doesn't like not being in control.
Yeah, and I love the way Matt Smith like switches up his performance for this. Like the goofy bravado mask slips big time, and you can see that there's actually underneath it all, and this is not to speak about his general character, this is to speak about him being completely out the loop and a bit insecure about it, right? Yeah, he's almost comes off as dangerous and a bit confrontational. Like,
he does, yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I don't know, just the way he goes, the way River's like, you need to trust me, and he goes, trust you, seriously. And it's like, that cuts quite deep.
Yeah,
and it's unnecessary, and it feels spiteful and a bit bitter, and I don't know. A strop is the right word. It is a bit of a tantrum, and he comes across. He does, yeah. You see his, even though he's the younger version of the Doctor that we've seen in this episode, he comes across jaded, old, and bitter, and kind of dangerous.
Definitely,
there's obviously not a threat, but there feels like that protective when he says, is someone threatening you? Is someone making you say all this?
Yeah.
It's like, fuck, well, what are you going to do if we say yes? Like, you look in a huff right now.
And I love what gets him to come around is, like, he asks Amy to swear on something that matters. And she just simply goes, fish fingers and custard, which is just a sweet reminder of what was, really, of just more innocent times between the two of them.
Yeah,
really.
It calms him right down. It works.
It really does. It absolutely works on him. It's like, and then he has a beautiful line where he just says, "My life in your hands, Amelia Pond." And I don't know why, but I always love it when he calls her Amelia. It just means, I don't know, it just means something. I feel like it's got sentimentality to it, really.
Yeah, it absolutely does, because he's known her in two formative stages of her life, and one is way more like innocent and pure than the other one. It does, for me, when he says Amelia, it does harken back to that, I'm your friend, I'm your protector, your kind of guardian figure.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, it's lovely. It's always nice. It's clever writing is what it is to pull that off. Yeah.
We get a very cool scene of CD3 being recruited by Nixon. This is all very detective noir, which is why I like it. It's like the jaded detective drinking at the bar. He's approached by the men in suits and long coats, and he's shoved into the back of a black sedan, and it's raining and all this sort of stuff. It's very detective noir, which I like, and it all looks very cool. Really.
It does look cool, and this is kind of, again, more the sci-fi stuff, but also like... We're in America now, baby.
Yeah, this is America.
Yeah.
We've even got President Nixon here as well.
He's fucking... Not Nixon. CD3.
Lawrence loves Nixon.
No.
Lawrence is a big Nixon.
No.
I am not the cook.
CD3, he's immediately cool.
Yeah.
Right? Just, I don't know if it's the way he's played or just his writing, but just the little things of, like, Nixon telling him over the phone, like, you weren't my first choice for this. And he goes, that's all right, sir. You weren't my first choice for president or something.
Very cool line. It's very cool.
So it's also just a quick, like, I don't respect you. You're a bitch.
You're a fucking... he is a bitch. He's a bitch. River loves him, though. Clearly.
Yeah, River doesn't think so.
Yeah, River's like, there's some good stuff. He's not all bad, you know?
Yeah, it's the way the dog goes, not enough.
Yeah, it's true. And she calls him a hippie.
Yeah, I love that. It's got the harkening back to the 10 hates archaeologists kind of thing. It was just the hippie archaeologist. Yeah. We didn't really mention it earlier. There are, I think that in this series, they obviously finalized who River was going to be. They came through.
I mean, they definitely have because they reveal it in this series.
Well, yeah, exactly. So. But like, it's way more. Let's gear towards something specific now, rather than let's tick every box we can think of.
Yeah, that's true. It's definitely on paper at this point. Definitely, Alex Kingston definitely knows.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And I like it because like he's talking about like Saturdays and the TARDIS, he can't resist landing and doing all this exploring. This is a little bit earlier, and he even boops her on the nose.
Yeah,
and it's man, they're doing a lot of groundwork. Is all I'm saying. Yeah, it's good stuff.
Tricky Dicky tells CD3 that he's been getting direct phone calls every night, and then he plays the little recording. After this, just a great little scene. I always love moments like this, but great. Doctor can't fly the TARDIS, but River can. Shenanigans.
Yeah, it's always fun.
Where the Doctor is just... he's got such a bravado about him, and he's like, I'm the best person to ever fly the TARDIS.
Yeah.
And River's just like, yeah, no, you're really good, just fixing all his mistakes as he goes along and stuff. It's good stuff. I like it.
It's it's the wife walking behind cleaning up.
Yeah,
is what the vibe is. It's it's only with her. Because he can be so open about how shit he is at flying the TARDIS to anyone else. But whenever River's around, he's like, watch me do this.
He wants to impress her.
He does. He's a little cutie.
Yeah. I fucking love the look on his face when he walks out and realised he's walked directly into the Oval Office.
Yeah.
He's just like, oh, fuck. Because the TARDIS lands invisible. He puts it like on invisible silent mode or whatever they made up for this episode.
Yeah, of course.
And then the TARDIS is just invisibly and silently materialized inside the Oval Office. He doesn't know that. He thinks they're just somewhere in Washington.
Yeah.
But then he walks out, realizes he's directly in the president's office, and is like, oh, fuck. And it's just a great moment. He remains silent and takes some notes whilst we hear the phone call of the little child who Nixon thinks is a boy because he's an idiot.
Yeah, because again, I
like clearly a young girl's
yeah,
voice.
Yeah, it's so clear to the point where I even like when they were writing this down, like what did Nixon say? He said two dumb things. One, he like corrects Canton and he's like, "It's a boy." It's like, firstly, you're wrong, and secondly, when he's like, "Is it like a male or female voice?" and he goes, "Neither."
Yeah.
I'm like,
well, no. He says, well, no. Canton says man or woman, and he goes neither.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, but still.
Yeah. I know.
Stop it with this stupid.
He's technically not wrong, but still.
No, but you know what I mean. That's not how people speak.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did
hilarious how the Doctor just like they notice him and then he just like gestures for them to continue.
Yeah, carry on. I'm not here.
Yeah, without realizing that he's been caught. And then they're like, "Oh, this is the Oval Office. I was looking for the oblong office." Oh, that's good stuff.
It's very fun. I like how from this point onwards it gets so American so quickly, right? It's already pretty American. There's President Nixon there,
yeah,
and they're in the Oval Office, but like it feels somewhat quaint, and then all of a sudden, guards just swarm in. The Doctor just gets fucking almost rugby tackled.
He does get tackled.
That's something I thought was a bit lame because this guy's been built up as like he he was kind of sent away from the FBI. Like, this guy doesn't play by the rules. He's too on the job. He's a jaded noir detective stereotype character. Yeah. And then the way he like takes down the Doctor, it's not like a proficient takedown. He just kind of tackles him.
It's just like a big bear hug from behind.
Yeah, and just kind of yeets him to the floor. Yeah,
pulls him down. Yeah, I fucking love the moment where the Doctor's like, "River, have you got my scanner working yet?" Like, knowing full well that's what she was doing the whole time and stuff. And then when he just says, "River, make her blue again," and then the TARDIS just gets revealed. Great moment when that TARDIS reveal happens.
Yeah,
very iconic.
It is iconic, and there's something about seeing the TARDIS in the Oval Office, and you're just like, oh.
Great bit of music that goes with it.
Yeah, big time.
Murray cooking.
Murray is cooking. The fact that the Doctor's not scared by the guns.
Well, at first. Anyway.
Yeah, one of the finest cuts in the entire show up until this point, I think.
He says, "I just walked in here with my fucking TARDIS. You think you can just shoot me?" And then River bursts out the TARDIS going, "They're Americans!" And then he's like, "Oh, fuck, yeah, please don't shoot me."
And hands up immediately, "Don't shoot, don't shoot."
Finally, a bit of American slander. They've had it too good for too long, I reckon.
They have. They really have. They've been sitting pretty unjudged by us. And our silly, staple British show.
Exactly. Very good stuff.
All right, so this bit's kind of... there's just kind of a lot of snappy... It's good writing, but it's a lot of snappy back and forth. Like, why should we listen to you? Because you should. All right, then. We will.
Yeah, I love it. I love it when the Doctor goes, he says like a special operative from Scotland Yard or whatever, codename the Doctor. These are my special operatives: the legs, the nose, and Mrs. Robinson. And River just goes, oh, I hate you. Oh, that Mrs. Robinson line kills me every time. It's so funny.
They're a great TARDIS team.
They really are. Yeah, I love this TARDIS team, man. It almost just makes me wish River was on board full time. Really,
it does.
It's a great combination, all four of them together.
They're just because they all have someone that they take the piss out of.
Yeah. It's a great family dynamic. I'm taking the piss there, but it is though, isn't it?
I'm going to arrest you.
Yeah.
You need to stop this. In amongst all of this kind of, I like that Canton, you've got the guy from Guardians 3 being like, berserk.
Yeah, the young James Gunn's friend.
That's him, yeah. And he's like, don't trust this guy. And then Canton's like, he did just walk past you and all your mates, so maybe I'd trust him a little bit more than I'd trust you.
As soon as I saw that, I didn't listen to anything you said there, by the way. I was thinking about it. But as soon as I saw this guy in, I can't remember his name, sorry, but him in Peacemaker, I was like, oh, he's that guy from that one episode of Doctor Who.
Yeah.
Wow.
He's good. He's very good.
He's good. Yeah, I like him. I was like, don't compliment the intruder. You know?
I like that. Yeah, he comes in like he's the hottest shit in the White House, right? Like he's clearly has some power over all these guards because he seems to be the main one with the lines. Then he walks into that room and Canton's like, "You suck, and now you're gonna listen to me." And he's like, "I don't even know you," and he's like, "Shut the fuck up." He goes, "Okay, I will."
It's true. It's true. Fucking love the line where the Doctor gets very excited sat at the president's desk and just says, "I'm going to need a SWAT team ready to mobilize. Street level maps covering all of Florida. A pot of coffee, 12 jammy Dodgers, and a fez." Love it.
It's a good line.
I love it so much. And Matt Smith just does a great delivery on that.
Yeah, he's cooking. He's always been cooking, but like he's having a lot of fun. Good range of performance from him throughout this episode. To be fair, we've seen him at his like most somber, most silly, most kind of bitter, and now he's just having a ball.
Yeah, he's having fun with it.
Yeah,
he's having fun with it. Yeah. So they're looking over maps or whatever. They're just investigating some stuff. And Amy sees another Slender
Man.
No, you're wrong. It's kind of our first close look at one, but we'll talk about that in a minute, I guess.
Yeah.
Feeling a little sick, so she heads to the bathroom where we see another, well, probably the same one, same silence up close. How fucking cool do they look, man?
They look...
What a design.
Yeah, they look unbelievably good. And also, on paper, the design sounds shit. Like, if I just describe it to people listening now, right? Big, kind of creepy alien head in a little skinny suit. A big, slender body in a kind of a slim-fitting suit. Sounds lame.
I mean, you could describe it like that, or you could describe it like classic UFO design in the iconic Men in Black type of disguise, which I think sounds cool.
It does sound cool, but I was going for a little thing where I made it sound bad so that I could then compliment it.
Yeah, but what I was doing was saying how your point is bad.
Yeah, well,
because
and now what I'm doing...
describe it cool.
Okay, fine. No, it is a really, really good design. It looks as intimidating as it needs to be, and also I really like that it has these Earth traits. You know, it has the suits thing. Like, I know it's not. This isn't an actual mechanic of the silence as a whole, but it ties in very well with this concept of they're overlooked. They can go completely undetected because they just blend in. And I know that's not like they obviously have a mechanic built in where you forget them completely, but like I like that it's tied into the design slightly.
Well, I don't know if it is though, really.
Do you not think like the kind of
no?
They have a humanoid build.
They don't really fit in. I mean, if you see one, you're not like, oh yeah, that's a bloke.
Well, one person does.
It's who?
The woman, the woman, the most American woman in the world.
Oh yeah, no, but she's like, she thinks it's like an alien mask. She doesn't think it's just a guy.
All right, no, but then if you saw this Slovene in person, you wouldn't be like, that's a person in a mask. Like,
well, I wouldn't be like, that's a person in a mask. I'd be like, that's an alien.
Yeah, I'm just saying they have a humanoid form and they're wearing suits, right? That's an obvious choice to tie them to Earth's identity.
Yeah, but that's just the Men in Black thing.
Yeah, I know what it is, and I know why they're doing it because of the America thing. Right?
Yeah.
And I get all of that stuff, but I'm just saying I do think it ties it into a little... I feel like they're the most human aliens that we've seen.
They're so not human, though. That's why I can't get on board with. They're very not human.
But I mean in the sense that they have arms and legs where we have arms and legs and a head.
Yeah, but that's just... Yeah, that's humanoid. That's not human, though.
That's what I'm saying. I said humanoid.
Yeah, but you just said they're very human.
Yeah, but in their, like, features and, like...
But they're not. They have no human features.
I feel like you know what I mean. You're getting pedantic.
No, I'm not. I don't know what you mean. I wouldn't describe them as human at all.
Okay. All right.
Like, because they're very, very alien, to the point where it's like the stereotypical image of an alien.
Yeah, but they got their suits on, didn't they? We can go around in circles all night if you like.
Great, all right, let's move on. Fucking hell. Anyway, it kills that woman.
Yeah, I do like that there's this... She keeps saying, is this a Star Trek thing?
Yeah.
Like, it's a very silly little joke. And also, the fact that she keeps thinking it's someone that like is just in a mask infers that there is a guy called Ben that works in some capacity in the White House, right? Oh, by the way, in the nearest, like, who is local enough to be using the bathroom closest to the president's Oval Office. So I would assume someone fairly high up in the White House.
The women's bathroom as well.
The women's, but yeah. So we've already figured out that he's a pervert.
Yeah.
Look, I just think this is a one-way ticket to a death wish. If there is someone pulling these kind of pranks in the fucking bathroom closest to the Oval Office, you're gonna get shot, mate. What are you doing?
Yeah, probably.
Absurd behaviour from the off-screen Ben. It's like, do you remember when Rose in Rose was like, I'll tell you what, this bloody student's at play here. They're the most obvious plastic people you've ever seen, and Rose is like, bloody kids doing a flash mob.
What?
Well, right. Here, we'll get to the bottom of this.
You mean.
Were you not listening?
No. I know the scene you're referring to. I know exactly what you're referring to. But what I don't understand is how that relates to this in any way whatsoever.
Something that is clearly an alien, but someone is like, bloody people playing a little prank.
Oh, okay. I think the plastic dummies is more believable than an actual full alien.
Well, I don't know, 'cause if you're in the same room as them, you literally could knock on their head. It'd be like just a plastic block, wouldn't it?
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Well, yeah, but she doesn't knock on their head, though, does she?
Well, she should.
Okay. I still don't know what point you're trying to make there.
Bring back Rose.
Honestly, these whole like past 5 minutes has been very confusing for me.
Fine.
It's been very confusing and frustrating.
All right, let's talk about Sith lightning then.
Do we have to?
But they do. Well, Sith lightning's her. And it's
He
cool.
just blows her up with lightning.
Yeah,
right?
It's a good. It's a good death effect. This kind of she just
It's
like bursts.
scary. It's very scary. The silence are very scary. He does that big face. He was like, whoa.
The ghoulish face, and I can't really work out what that layered sound effect is under every time they speak. Like it's this weird kind of guttural, raspy kind of. Do you know the sound under the?
Yeah.
Well,
you just talking about the vocal effect?
Yeah, but it also plays when they do the Sith lightning too. Like it's like that kind of thing.
No, I don't know what you mean.
No. It's a good effect either way. It works very well to just make these guys fucking very creepy and sinister.
They are very creepy. They are very, very creepy. Amy takes a picture of one on her phone because she realizes she forgets. She realizes that once you look away, you forget them. You forget all about them. So she takes a picture of one on her 2011 cell phone, which is pretty cool. And the silent boy, quiet boy says to her, you will tell the doctor what he must know and what he must never know. And Amy goes, how do you know about that? Ooh, sizzle.
Indeed.
Obviously, at this point, we're thinking about the death, but maybe there's something else.
There's something else at play. I tell you what, I like how quick thinking Amy is. The whole every time I look away, I'm going to forget you, so I'm just going to take a quick picture. It's good stuff.
She's very quick thinking. Yeah. Same, like, I was very impressed when she, like, blinked with one eye.
Yes.
With the angel, when she was closing one eye back and forth. I was like, I'd have never thought of that. She's a clever girl.
She learns. She's very clever.
She's very clever indeed. Nixon gets another call, and then the gang all rush into the TARDIS. And the doctor's like, Canton, whatever you do, don't follow me into this box, and off we go. Stuff. which is very fun. And then Nixon's like, don't worry, Jefferson. I'm putting my best people at work.
Yeah. Shut up, Nixon. You fucking idiot.
Were you telling me to shut up or Nixon?
No, Nixon.
Okay, yeah.
No, I'm sending my best people. Useless. Sums up your administration. Completely useless.
You don't do it as good as me.
All right, fine. I'm working off the Days of Future Past Nixon.
Well, I'd work off. Mine is mostly the Futurama Nixon, which is
okay.
Very great. He's like a main character in that show. He's also the president in that show as well.
Eh? Really?
Yeah. You haven't watched Futurama, clearly.
I haven't, no.
He's a head in a jar.
I know that one of them has one eye.
Yeah, Leela. Yeah.
And there's a dog that everyone gets sad about.
Oh, don't. Fucking hell. My God. Oh, the best episode. Such a good episode. Like, fucking award should have been, I don't know if it was, but could easily be, like, Emmy winning episode of TV.
Any women?
Shut up. You know what I'm trying to say. Oh, my God. Kills me, that episode. Fucking hell.
Does the dog get a happy ending?
No, I'm not revealing anything. You just got to watch it. Because, oh my God, what an episode. What a show. I love Futurama.
Okay.
It's great.
It's
set in the year 3000, Lawrence.
Okay. Not much has changed.
And President Nixon is the president.
And your great-great-great-granddaughter.
Well done.
Thank you.
Singing busted, everyone.
I am. I like that Rory's on newcomer to the TARDIS duty. He's kind of, because Canton's in there, he shuts the door, and you get his nice kind of moment where he turns around and he just, like, this is hard to swallow from a regular person from 2011, right? Yeah. But this guy is like, what was it, 1969? They say it is
1969. Would it be any harder for someone from 1969 to 2011 to digest this? I think it would be about the same, really.
It largely it would be the same, but we've it kind of centers around this episode. We come from a place where space travel is possible.
Yeah,
but not like not like this.
But that has nothing to do with the TARDIS, though, really, does it?
All right, but imagine living in your country, watching
the
them...
Apollo rocket is worlds apart from a fucking blue box that says police on it.
No, but we're quite removed from the Apollo rocket, right? But imagine being alive, being an FBI fucking agent in this time where there's whispers of an Apollo rocket flying to the moon, and then you walk through a door that you believe is just a box, and then you walk through it and then you go, oh, this shatters my entire worldview in one. Like,
all right, here's something.
Okay.
Imagine being from 2011 and being just a normal fucking person, all right? And then you walk into a box which you think is just a normal box.
Yeah.
And it's an entire fucking room that can travel in time and space. I think you'd probably have kind of an equal reaction to that of an FBI agent in 1969.
But if you want to get really nitty-gritty about it, which I do now, right? Technically, the further back in time you go, the more impressed you would be at advanced technology.
I mean, yeah, but we're talking about like centuries and millennium, not fucking 4 decades.
A lot happened in busy 4 decades.
Not really. Not in the grand scheme of things.
No, but like phones and shit.
It's not like the Stone Age, you know?
No. Yeah.
Where they'd like throw rocks and burn the Doctor as a witch or some shit, you know?
Yeah, true. All right, fine. I'm not conceding. I just hear what you're saying.
I think you're conceding.
No, that's not true.
The Doctor explains that Jefferson isn't the name of the girl in the photo because Nixon thought the boy's name was Jefferson because he's a fucking idiot.
Yeah.
But Jefferson, Adams, Hamilton, three of America's founding father them. Ugh, fucking hell! I'd put a gun in my head. Three of America's founding fathers, and 2 of them fancied the Doctor. I wonder which ones. I missed that scene in Hamilton.
Yeah, I did too. Which is the odd one out? Who didn't?
I reckon the odd one out is John Adams because he's not in Hamilton.
No, he got
apart from when Hamilton goes, "Sit down, John, you fat motherfucker."
He does say that. John Adams wrote how many before he got sick?
I don't know.
He did something about letters.
James Madison wrote 29. John Adams wrote. Was it John? I don't know if it was John Adams. Play Hamilton.
No. No, John Adams is the one that he's the...
He was the vice president.
Yeah, that's right, yeah.
He's the one where in the British version, this is a fun little fact for anyone that doesn't know, in Hamilton on the West End, they changed some of the lyrics. And one of the lyrics they change is that in the song Take a Break, the lyric is Hamilton goes, vice president's not a real job anyway. In the British version, no one knows who John Adams is. Yeah. And no one knows that John Adams is vice president. So in the British version, they go, what is it they say? They say...
No, they say vice president in the British version.
Oh, they say that, yeah. They say vice president. Oh, yeah, because, yeah, sorry, I fucked this up, man. Whatever, figure it out. You get it.
In the American version, they say something like John Adams doesn't have a real job anyway.
Yes, that's it. Yeah. In the American version, they say John Adams doesn't have a real job anyway. In the British version, they say vice president isn't a real job anyway. That's it. That was a long fucking walk for a short bucket of water, all right? But we got there in the end.
I had to let you get there. It was your story. I didn't want to interject.
We all made sense of it in the end. Anyway, well done, Lynn.
Yeah, good job. There's a little fun moment where the Doctor is like saying River's pulling a face at him. Like
God, it's hot. It's hot.
Yeah.
It's hot, man. Their flirting is so fucking hot.
Yeah.
They're so sexy together.
He basically is like, if you remove all the kind of the metaphor speech around it and all the kind of flirty little bits in it, right? What he's essentially saying is like, yeah, you reckon this is sexy? And she's like, what do you mean? I always look like this. And he's like, yeah, I know, because I'm always sexy, baby. And then and she's like, oh, shut up. And he's like, make me sexy, lady.
He's right. He says to her, you have that look on your face, and it's he's hot when he's clever sort of look. He's like, this is my normal look. And he's like, yeah, it is.
Yeah, baby.
They're so sexy together.
They are, man. Oh, this season's going to be the death of me, isn't it?
Just you wait till next week. There is a scene next week's episode which gets me unbelievably horny. So everyone look forward to that. I will be barking next week.
Oh my god. All right, fine. I'll join you. Be a couple of dogs together.
Stop this. I like how the Canton and Rory come out of the TARDIS and Canton's like, we've moved. And the Doctor just goes, you haven't even got to space travel yet. It's good stuff.
I like Canton says something to the effect of like, how long have Scotland Yard had this stuff?
Mark Sheppard is good.
He's very good, yeah.
He's good. I like him. This was like, I think because like at this point he was probably most known for Supernatural, and I think this is really what fucking kicked off the whole Super Wholock shit. This is the year that Super Wholock. Wait, did Sherlock come out this year? What year did Sherlock come out?
It's 2011, isn't it? I think so.
Had to be out by now, I reckon.
It was in the prime of Matt Smith's run.
Yeah. Sherlock must have been out by now, surely.
2010.
Oh, yeah, it was out. It was definitely out. Yeah. Then. So yeah, this would have been fucking prime, the kicking off of Super Wholock, which is, my God, what an era of the internet that is.
That guy made that video.
That's Wholock. That's Wholock specifically.
But I remember watching that video like everyone for the first time and being like,
like I worked on Doctor Who.
Yeah, that's really cool.
He did all the VFX during the fucking Chibnall years, which is why it's probably the best looking era of the show.
Yeah, it's good. Yeah, no, I always love little stories like that. That's very cool.
Yeah. There's another one. There's a one where someone like did a concept for a and we'll discuss this later, but someone did a concept for like a title sequence for one of the Doctor's run, for like an upcoming Doctor's run, and they went, it's fucking good. Let's get him on. Let's do it. Let's do that concept. Yeah.
Nice.
We'll talk about it when it comes up. But yeah.
Is that anytime soon or nowhere near soon?
Not too far.
Okay, cool.
In the not too distant future. Anyway, there's a moment where Amy, River, and the Doctor are walking around this like whatever this place is, some kind of like weird warehouse facility or some shit. I don't know. But Amy's like, why would anyone want to trap us? And the Doctor goes, don't know. Let's see if anyone tries to kill us and work backwards.
I wrote this down as well. It's such a good line.
It is, isn't it? It's the way he's just so happy-go-lucky about it, you know? Just so nonchalantly like, let's see if anyone tries to kill us and figure out from there.
Yeah, because, they will at least know what's going on. We'll have a little thing. Yeah. It's very fun. They find in this kind of weird place, I guess it's just like an abandoned storage facility kind of thing. There is contemporary to the year, so 1969 space gear, which obviously, it wouldn't feel like a big deal if we found this in 20. It'd be pretty nuts, but we wouldn't be like, this is crazy. But this is cutting edge technology. This is like,
I guess, yeah,
like millions of dollars worth of ingenuity has gone into making this. So to find it just in a little warehouse crate is quite crazy. And obviously that starts ringing alarm bells for Amy, Rory, and River, specifically Amy and River, when they're like, well, given what happened at the start of this episode, we're now very nervous about what could be happening here. And I do like that there's a bootstrap paradox here, right? In the they can't really kill.
No. This is the grandfather paradox.
Oh, okay. Please explain the difference.
Grandfather paradox is if you go back in time and kill your grandfather, then that would stop you from ever going back in time to do that said event.
And is that not fundamentally the same thing with a different name as the bootstrap?
No, the bootstrap paradox is more specifically... Bootstrap paradox doesn't involve killing anyone or anything like that. The bootstrap paradox is more about, like, a loop, but when did that loop begin?
Oh, it's the Pandorica thing.
What was the first instance of the loop?
I see. Right, okay.
Who conducted Beethoven's Fifth? We'll get there. Don't worry about it.
Okay, cool. I did see you post a link into the Discord, which I was forbidden on clicking.
Yeah, it's that. Don't worry about it. We'll get there. Bootstrap paradox is very different to the grandfather paradox. You don't know paradoxes, Lawrence?
Oh, clearly not. Yeah, That's why you're here.
Yeah, sounds like you need to read up on your paradoxes.
It does, I guess. Yeah. So yeah, there's they discuss that, which is quite fun. Amy's like, let's just I love how ready Amy is to take on shit like this. Amy's like, let's fucking kill it. Let's fucking go. River's like, no, hang on, stop.
Yeah.
Let's think about this. And Amy's like, we'll just kill it now. Job's a good one. Off we go.
Yeah. The Doctor absolutely fucking loves putting on different kinds of hats and stuff.
Yes, he does. He very much does.
He finds a little helmet and he goes crazy.
We found his special interest, everyone.
His little hats.
Yeah, he's got a collection. Somewhere in the TARDIS, there's a room with several, like, kind of busts of heads that he's got, just assorted hats that he's found on his travels.
Wouldn't surprise me.
No, yeah. I've just got a note that says, and I'll read this verbatim. River's quite the screamer. Bark, bark,
fucking
bark.
knew it'd be that one. Yeah.
I'm an animal, Nathan. No, but that's what it's. That's not me being horny. That's what's on the page. That's what's in.
No, she does. She does say that. She literally says, "I'm quite the screamer." There's a spoiler for you. And I love that. Like after this, Canton like comes up to the Doctor and goes, "What's going on here?" And he quickly goes, "Nothing. She's just a friend."
Yeah. It's really like, shut me. I don't even like girls. Ugh, girls are gross.
And then Rory goes, I think he's talking about the possible alien incursion, you idiot.
So am I. What were you talking about?
Yeah. Oh. Anyway, River heads down into the tunnels. She comes across a whole bunch of silence. Obviously forgets about them the second she turns her back, though. So she's like, yeah, it's all safe down here, boys. Don't worry. We're all good.
I do like that the body doesn't forget in this, like, in that River sees what's going on down there in this kind of like dwelling of like silence that are all kind of, they look like they're kind of mid-hibernation or something. And they're all just kind of lurking around. And River kind of sprints back up to the top, you know, like speeds up that ladder. And then like everyone's like, you're right. And she's like, yeah, I'm fine. But while she's saying I'm fine, it's a good performance because she's like out of breath and stressed. And while being like, yeah, I'm completely cool. What's wrong with you? Like, it's a good performance that they're able to, like, keep up that intensity whilst their mind is kind of in that... It's the meme of, like, the no thoughts, head empty kind of thing.
What meme?
You know the meme? There's just a no thoughts, head empty.
No, we need to move it along. The Doctor sends Rory with her, which is nice because we haven't had much Rory and River interaction.
Yeah.
So I like this scene. I like that she gets to tell Rory about how she first met the Doctor and how, like, there was this amazing man who fell out the sky and knew everything about her. And she's like, can you imagine what that does to someone? And Rory's like, I can't tell you the truth. I've got a little bit of experience with that.
See, I both like and dislike this scene.
All right, well, I hate you.
Okay, good. No, I love River's kind of description of, you know, it's obviously there for new viewers, but it works quite well as like a look into her life, and that terrifying day that she's dreading that's coming for her is every time
I think it's obviously there for new viewers.
No, I think so. I think it's explain. It's very much the sum up of who River is. It's every time I see the Doctor, he knows a little bit less about me.
Yeah, but that's not that's a new thing though, really. In the way she says it is, at least.
Yeah, no, it's been alluded to, and it hasn't ever been said this explicitly, but they're time travelers meeting out of order, so it infers they will get to the point. Yeah,
we know that, but she's never said it like this. She's like, this is quite like emotionally raw. This is.
Yeah, no, she's more vulnerable about it than she's ever been.
Yeah,
for sure. But it's a natural way, I think, of selling us on that concept of like,
you've got such a pessimistic view of looking at stuff, man. I don't know what it is.
Why is it so shocking to you that like screenwriters have to do this? This is part of their job.
But why is it so like? Does every decision have to be like just it's corporate, or it's just it's not about like, it's the fucking, I don't know. It's just, for you, every decision for you is just like, it's only because of this.
No, I'm not saying it's only because of that. I think it's a brilliant character moment, but you're nuts if you think that screenwriters don't factor this shit into their decision making, like when they put pen to paper and they write stuff like this, because they do need to get people on board with stuff. It's like the whole thing of foreshadowing. As screenwriters, like, they're introducing it so that when they bring it back later on, it's a big fucking thing. And
this isn't an episode for new people to come on board with, though. We've already had that in the 11th hour. We're not going to... Every series is not like, here, new people, jump on.
No, but
we've had the jumping on point already. At this point, if you're not on board, it's kind of on you.
Yeah,
you know?
I completely agree with you, but I think in the massive fucking expansion of the BBC America tie-in, and let's heavily focus this two-parter and this season.
Series 5 aired on BBC America as well.
No, yes, but like this is the first time they're using that American iconography, and I'd imagine there was a fair few people tuning in for the first time across the pond in this episode.
They did a real big push. They did like a real big marketing push for America on Series 5 specifically.
What, for the 11th hour?
Well, yeah. They had a premiere in New York for it.
Oh, bloody hell. So confidential.
Yeah.
Missed that. All right, but look, the point I make, I know what you're saying, because I don't think it's a cynical view to be like, this is a good approach from a screenwriter to be like, hey, if you've just turned on the channel, this is what makes sense.
But you're saying, and you do this a lot, you're saying it's only there because of this reason. You're saying the reason it's there is because of this, rather than just part of the story.
I have that about other things that
you have that about a lot of things because you're very cynical.
It's not
and you can't just you are so unbelievably
something
cynical.
Can be both a good character moment and a good piece of writing and serving a greater function for the show.
It can, but it just annoys me how you're like, it's obviously this because
but
like,
it is
but,
I think it is,
and I don't.
That's fine.
I don't think it is. I think there's nothing in this which is just repeating information we already know, really.
No, but they do lay it out in a way that's very clear to understand. You don't need to have seen any previous River scene to understand her, like, larger broad strokes dynamic with the Doctor. That these two are two time travelers that one day will cross their path and eventually trail out of each other's lives.
Yeah, you don't, but the story is so much richer when you do.
Yeah, of course it is, but that's just greater context. I'm not saying that the show is like trying to provide that in this scene. I'm just saying that this scene does tick a box, which is, hey, if you've just turned on the TV, then that's you now get it. You're with us.
That's such a boring and reductive way to look at it.
It's not.
It is. It's so.
It's the opposite of reductive.
No, it's not, because it's just so. Oh, this was only done because of that.
You'll keep saying this. I'm not saying it was only done because of that. It's obviously enriching.
You kind of are, though. Oh. You kind of are.
All right. Me saying I'm not is that like. Oh, we disagree. It's fine. Anyway,
it's cynical.
Look. While we can all agree that the scene is obviously shit on a shoe and only there to serve new viewers.
That's what you're saying.
No, it is a lovely scene. I like that this. Anyway, that's the reason I like it. I think it's River being vulnerable about this kind of moment that she's absolutely dreading. This horrible moment when the Doctor looks into her eyes and doesn't recognize her. Which we've also seen, which is nice. A fun little kind of time travel inclusion into the show. But then also the thing I'm not so keen on in the scene is that we've already done the Rory was jealous thing. I was hoping that we would leave that a little bit in Series 5. Like, do you know what I mean? It feels a little bit like let's reintroduce that element of Rory being jealous. And it's like, I thought we wrapped this one up.
Yeah.
Because it was a plot thread in Series 5 that I was like not the biggest fan of. I understand it's kind of needed for a bit of character drama and stuff, but I don't know. Leave it. They got married. Like, leave it in Series 5 for me.
It is, though. It's not really a thing. I mean, it kind of is, but...
Do they bring it up much past this episode?
Yeah, a little bit, but not really. It's like... It's more so just like a bit of a... We'll talk about it more next week, I guess.
Okay. But, as soon as next week it comes back?
Yeah, well, it's resolved next week, yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay, cool.
Yeah, it's very specifically for this two-parter.
Okay.
But yeah.
All right. Well, in amongst all this, River's been slowly unlocking a door, and we get through the door, and we have right. This is where I'm a bit confused.
Oh, we didn't talk about the fact that River says that like the thing she was alluding to earlier. The far worst day for her is there's going to be a day where she looks into the Doctor's eyes and he won't have any idea who she was, and it's going to kill her. She says specifically.
Yeah. It is,
and it does.
Yeah,
literally.
Yeah, yeah.
It literally does.
It's good, little on the nose. I'm like, that. Nice.
It's good. But obviously, that's only there for new viewers, so that's bad.
Fuck you. God's sake.
That's only there to catch them up, really, because they'd obviously know what that means, wouldn't they?
God's sake, I can. Never mind. You're baiting me now. Stop it.
Take the bait.
Right, this is the bit that confused me a little bit. Is this the same TARDIS, Timu TARDIS from The Lodger?
No, I don't think so. It's just supposed to be like another one.
It fucking looks a lot like it, though, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's the same fucking set, you idiot.
Yeah.
It's the same set design or whatever. But no, it's not the same. I don't think it's supposed to be the exact same one, because they say like this has been underground for centuries or something.
Yeah, they've obviously been... I guess...
But then again, time travel, but I don't know.
Still, I guess my only complaint is like it's the exact same set. Like it.
Yeah, but it's supposed to be though. It's referenced though.
In this episode?
No, next week's episode, but it is referenced.
God damn you, part ones. I need the context now. Give it to me now. Do they not know I do a podcast where I could sound silly? All right, fine. If they acknowledge it next week, I will forgive it. What a horrifying idea, though, that there is like a complex, intricate tunnel system that like encompasses the entirety of the Earth.
Sounds like that Jordan Peele movie, that bad one.
Oh, yeah. I love Nope and Get Out so much that I forget Us sometimes. I forget that movie exists, and it's like, what if everyone had a little clone?
And they all lived underground. Yeah. It was weird or whatever.
And there's a vague set of rules where they like live out the same day as the clone.
Yeah,
unless they
makes
don't.
No sense. Yeah.
Yeah.
What a weird movie.
Very strange. I think it wanted to do so many cool things and then just went like, we've made too many rules. We've put ourselves in too many boxes. We don't know how to get out of this now.
Yeah. Rory and River are surrounded by the silence, but it's fine because they forgot. And then something happens to Rory. He gets like shocked or something, but we never see him again in this episode, so that's fine.
Yeah.
So,
forget that then.
Yeah, forget about that. Yeah. We hear the little girl's voice, and then Amy says she needs to tell the Doctor something important, which is, and he's like, right now, this is a bit of a pressing moment.
Yeah.
And then like Canton goes off to investigate and stuff. And it's kind of like written and built in a way that we think she's going to tell him about the event that happened at the start of the episode, the inciting event of the Doctor's death. Because all the way through it, she's wanted to tell him about that, and she's wanted to like have this conversation and to talk about it. But instead, she tells him that she's pregnant.
Dun dun.
And I think there's kind of like and I think this becomes more evident next week, but there's kind of an implication of it's yours.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and it becomes more apparent next week. There's kind of supposed to be a bit of that, but and that's why she needs to tell him specifically.
Huh.
Yeah, and it's.
I guess rewatching it as an adult, I wouldn't have thought that. But yeah, if they were going for that an air date, that's some shady nonsense.
Yeah, and there's like a scene about it next week, but I mean, I guess we'll talk more about it then. But
oh god,
I think it's supposed to have a bit of, because why is she telling him and not Rory? You know?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that is weird.
Yeah,
and also like, I feel like they did a good job of telegraphing it to the point where it wasn't blatantly obvious. They do that like classic, I'm feeling a little unwell. That kind of thing, but it wasn't as down your throat as like Amy boots down a cubicle door and throws up or something.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah,
and she's put on a couple of pounds.
Yeah, yeah, there we go.
Yeah,
subtle foreshadowing. Canton gets clotted.
Yeah, Canton gets clocked. He's out for the count. We see the astronaut then. They like slowly walks towards them. This is a weird scene, man. This is a weird ending.
Yeah.
All right. I love the episode as a whole. This is a weird fucking ending. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know. The choice to do it all in slow-mo is so fucking strange.
Yeah.
Okay. If there wasn't dialogue, then I could probably forgive it more. But the fact that they chose to do the entire thing in slow-mo and still have the dialogue, it's like, why? Because you're just setting yourself up to be made fun of, okay? Because then it's like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Saving your life, you know? Like, what? Why? It's such a weird choice.
Look, it's a weird editing choice. I think the scene is horrifically edited because Amy fires a shot, and then there's like a second later, there's a close up of a little girl in the astronaut costume, but she's completely fine. And it's like,
I think the little girl is before she fires the shot.
No, I'm sure it's after.
Okay,
We have to go to the tape.
it does go gunshot girl. Fair enough.
Weird, right?
Yeah, it's not that weird.
It came across as jarring for me. We'll have cut all that stuff out, but we just went to the tape and hearing that voiceover again, just what are you doing?
Oh, that won't show in the episode, anyway.
No, but like that, everyone may have watched the episode before listening to this, but like it sounds weird. It's an odd choice. It's a very strange choice.
It is. Yeah.
Anyway,
Amy shoots a little girl. End of episode.
Yeah. Anyway, button time.
Weirdo of the Week! Weirdo.
Lawrence, this is everyone's favorite segment of the show where we get to take a chance to look back on some of the weird and wonderful and grubby little characters who come across our screens each and every week. Who is your weirdo that you're choosing to celebrate and your favorite character this week?
Right, you always do this. It's not my favorite character. It's just the weirdest one. It's the Oval Office security guard who tries to follow Amy into the toilets. You pervert. Stop it.
I think someone in the email said that, so I think you've stolen that.
I mean, I haven't.
Okay, well...
It's a clear weird choice of a thing for the episode.
I definitely remember reading it in someone's email.
But look, that's between you. All right, I'm just saying, this is my weirdo. All right, it's a weird choice. It's a weird, like, what are you doing? There's other people that, like, this is not part of your job. You're going above and beyond your job description. Stop trying to follow women into the toilets.
I mean, it's fair. Yeah.
Yeah, don't do
It's
it.
fair.
It's not good.
Okay. Yeah. Well done on your stolen weirdo.
It's not. Stop saying this.
Lawrence, ask me who my weirdo is.
Nathan, who's your weirdo?
It's the fucking postman, Lawrence. The real villain of the piece.
All right. Okay.
For choosing to ring the bell to deliver 4 fucking letters. Okay?
Oh, yeah.
You've got a post box. Use it, you absolute psychopath. What sort of a monster are you?
He's only slowing down his own job as well.
Exactly.
Yeah.
He's got to do that on every single door. There's no way those envelopes would not fit through the post box.
Yeah.
Insane behavior.
I hadn't
Fire that
considered
postman. Fire that postman right now.
Fire him. Yeah. What a bitch. That's awful stuff.
Hard hitting commentary.
No, I get cross when people do that, right? Because I have a little. My window looks at my front door, so if you're knocking on the front door, you can see right into my living room, and you'll be able to see me. And the amount of times like someone will just like walk over and they'll have something that so clearly could go through the letterbox, but they'll like hold it up to me as if I'm supposed to go over and get it from them. And I'm sat on the sofa. I'm all, like got my fucking charger around me, like I'm settled in. And I'm sending them like little signals, like just fucking put it through the letterbox, and they look at me like I'm still supposed to get up. Stupid.
Yeah. Can't lie. If someone knocks on my door, it's the worst thing in the world.
It's just like, what is this? Yeah.
Who could on earth could be knocking on my door that I don't know about?
Yeah.
All right. There's no reason for it.
I had a Jehovah's Witness the other day.
Lawrence, we are 2 hours and 5 minutes.
I just pretended to be more flustered than I was, and they were like, "We can see you're busy," and I was like, "Yeah, you got down what I was laying."
what you should do is you should say I was a Jehovah's Witness, but I left, and then they have to be like, oh, okay, see you later.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they can't talk to you if you're an ex-Jehovah's Witness.
What if they ask me? So they can't ask me any questions because I feel like I'd just crumble.
I don't think they can. I don't think they're allowed to talk to you if you're an ex-Jehovah's Witness.
Because I've been
because they don't know the reason you was whether you was kicked out or whatever, so they're just not allowed to engage with you.
I might ruin their day completely and be like, I was a Jehovah's Witness until all the crimes I committed.
Well, there you go.
And then start listing them. No, but then I'm just keeping them, aren't I? I've become the Jehovah's Witness.
You are now the Jehovah's Witness. Yeah.
Oh, God.
Jehovah's Witness, thy name is Lawrence.
Oh, Lord. Okay. Anyway, it is that time of the show, Nathan, where the audience get to have their say. What happens is Nathan will tweet out a post, let everyone know what episode we are recording and when, and then our lovely loyal listeners can send in their thoughts, and we get to read out a handful of them. Handful? Handful.
Oh, we do not have time for this. Please, hurry up.
What's wrong with you? You got something to be?
We're 2 hours and 6. I want to keep these episodes under 2 hours.
Well, we've already fucked it, so...
Yeah, I know, but let's not fucking...
If you're going to be here, be pleasant, please, young man.
Just fucking hurry up, please.
You've told me...
Yeah, I want to go to bed. I've got work in the morning.
All right, starting with the tweets. This first one comes in from Crisp at Crispy Raccoon on Twitter. And they say, I really love the part where River slaps the Doctor for something he does in the future, and he just accepts it. It shows how well and naturally time travel. It shows how well and naturally time travel and the culture around it is ingrained into both of their lives and their relationship. That's true. I like the fact that they're just like, I don't know what I did to deserve that, but I'm guessing it's coming up. And she's like, yeah, fuck you.
Yeah, very true. I like that he just accepts it as well.
Yeah,
yeah.
And they just move on from it.
Yeah.
All right, next tweet comes in from Hop Along Who at the Owie Master. I feel like sometimes I do this where I read them out and it's so clearly 3 words and I've just read them out in completely the wrong way. Anyway, Hop Along Who on Twitter says, banger opening. I think my favourite of all the series. Also, as an American, love the American setting. No bias though. Favourite opener of all the series is.
It's a good opener.
It is.
It's a very good opener.
It's strong, but it's not. I always think I like a one-parter as a series opener.
Well, you're an idiot.
All right, 11th Hour.
Yeah.
Banger.
Yeah.
Partners in Crime. Banger.
Banger. This is better than Partners in Crime.
See, this is what I look. I think Partners in Crime is obviously more fun and silly and jovial, and it's
this is fun and silly and jovial, but also hard hitting and serious and deep.
Yeah, but I feel like you got it's doing a lot. I like the episode quite a lot, but it's not what I'd go to for a series opener because it feels like you're getting on board rather than watching a quick episode.
There's that nostalgia.
Yeah, yeah, right. But my favourite is the 11th Hour, so not really.
There's that nostalgia.
Fuck's sake. And the last tweet comes in from Batoothy Pie. That's another one I read out wrong before. Batoothy.
Can you please just read these tweets?
They say, I adore how this episode looks. The scenes before they go to the White House have some gorgeous colours, which you said. I don't think this show has ever looked this good before. And being on the other side of River's spoilers, I said this, for the first time is such a treat. A great start to the series.
True
well on both accounts. Nathan, I presume we got some emails.
We do indeed. We've got quite a few, actually. This first one is from Donald Graham, who says, morning, lads. It's 10 to midnight at night. Been meaning to email in for a while and never got around to it, but now you're at my favourite story of Doctor Who, and I thought it was time. Whenever I'm hungover and feeling sorry for myself, I like to watch this story. It's just got everything I want from a Doctor Who story, which is funny because I grew up a Christopher Eccleston / David Tennant fan.
Hey.
Then Matt Smith came around and I dropped off. It was actually this episode where that happened. I remember the Doctor dying and thinking, what a load of dog shit. There was clearly something wrong with that wee 14-year-old brain. But in the last couple of years, I found myself going back to Doctor Who and realised how wrong I was. I will not hear shit about Series 6. I bloody love it. Love the gang of 11, Amy, Rory and River. And yes, I agree with Lawrence. River is really sexy. And then there's like a cum face emoji.
Yep.
The scene where the Doctor runs headfirst into the invisible TARDIS is hilarious, and the scene where the Doctor dies is excellent. Also love Amy's slow-mo saving your life at the end. Makes me chuckle every time. What a start to the series, and I can't wait to hear your opinions. Love the pod. I listen every week when I'm driving my digger. Anyway, hope you get to read this out. Sorry it's a bit of a long one. I'm rambling. Donny G. P.S. If Nathan doesn't certify this banger, I will kick off. Sent from my iPhone. Donny G, please consider this banger certified.
Well and true. It has the stamp of approval on it.
Indeed. This one is from Joshua Broadhurst, who says, still got my job. Hi, both. Just wanted to send you a quick email to say how pleased I am to have found your podcast. I've just caught up in time for Series 6.
Hey.
Thanks for reading my tweet last week. Funny you guys should talk about a potential Christmas episode of Doctor Who that features Slate heavily, as just such an episode is only a few series away. Last Christmas. That's actually quite true, actually. Despite Nathan's relentless mocking of Lawrence's for lack of TikToks, the few that there are worked on at least one person, and that's how I found the pod. I also started another happy pod to keep me going through the gaps between Still Got Legs, though it was safe to listen to you on my headphones at work, but roll on to me pissing myself in front of the MD in the office and tears at your Beatles jukebox musical during the Mamma Mia episode.
Oh my God.
Oh, look, George, it's my friend Jude over there. Hey, Jude. Right. That email has gone on long enough. Thanks for the laughs, Josh. Him. Thank you very much, Josh. I appreciate it so very much.
Thank you for binging the show and going to AHP too. There's not many that make that crossover, so we always appreciate it.
There's a fair few. It gets talked about in the Discord every now and then.
I know, but I see the numbers as do you.
Well, yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
That's true. It is definitely a less successful, but still very much loved child of the two. Hello, boys. Sorry, this is from Tanner Moore, who says the impossible astronaut. Hello, boys. I'm probably too late. You're not, but I hope I'm not. Well done. This is my favourite two-parter of the 11th era. It's not the best, but it's my favourite. I love the first thing of the Doctor running about alone, but not being depressed and going all Time Lord victorious. And I love the America of it all. This is such a fun Nixon. I feel that they get a little bit of a parody in him, and that works great. All the stuff with River, Amy, and Rory knowing but being unable to say anything works well, I think. And finally, I think this episode unintentionally sets up the theme that is present for the next few seasons. I've been running faster than ever I've run before. A theme very present now in Series 6, and one that, spoilers kind of, I guess, continues into Series 7 and the specials. I really love this series. Can't wait till I watch it again with you boys and see how things wrap up next week. There we go. And I think, yeah, he's right. That is a bit of a running theme, the Doctor running from stuff as we go on.
Yeah, it becomes, I mean, it's still to this day being a plot point, so.
Oh, no, not as much, really. Like, it's a heavy plot point for these seasons.
What, for the Smith and Capaldi era?
More so Smith, but yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. Very cool. Well, thank you very much for everyone emailing and tweeting in. It's appreciated, and thank you very much for listening too. If you've enjoyed the show, you can leave us a 5-star review. That would be very, very cool. You can also follow us on Twitter at StillGotLegsPod. Be sure to, and get ready for this, Nathan, mosey on over there to keep up with everything going on.
I'll fucking kill you!
As well as, obviously, you can drop your thoughts, as you've just heard. We can read some of them out. If you don't have social media, you can also send your thoughts in to stillgotlegspodcast@gmail.com.
Do you know, I often, because I don't own a dining table, all right? Because I live alone.
Hang on, how can you berate me for not doing things quick enough, and then you're like, I'll interrupt the outro and talk about a dining room table? Where can this possibly be going?
Because this is interesting,
Okay.
I don't own a dining table,
Yeah.
because I live alone, and I don't see the point in having a dining table just for me.
Yeah.
Okay? So I tend to eat most of my meals at my desk, my computer desk, which I'm sat at now, which just means that I often have just various condiments on my desk. And right now, I went to get a drink, but I accidentally grabbed a bottle of mustard, which
Jesus
I just have here. I also have some salt, which I just keep at my desk. Yeah. I was getting so sick of taking this back and forth to the kitchen that I just bought another one. And I have one that lives in my kitchen and one that lives just
like
in
your
my
cooking
Delpit.
salt and your
it's my cooking salt and my eating salt, I guess. So I just have this here.
What other condiments are on the desk?
Well, there's an empty beer bottle, but that's it.
Just
Really. It's the
not a
mustard.
condiment.
No, it's the mustard, the salt, and the empty beer bottle.
Okay.
And there's a spoon, but yeah.
Oh, nice.
So that's a peek into my life.
Yeah, it's a good collection. To be fair, I have a dining room table and we barely use it.
Yeah.
It mostly
So
is
there
the
you go.
home for like washing that we need to put away.
You eating your meals on your couch?
Sometimes.
Outrageous. I can't do it. I hate eating a meal on a couch, man.
Really?
I need a table. I need a surface. I need a flat surface for my plate.
Oh no, I like to one hand it, other hand with the fork. Like
No, not for me.
away we go. If I've got a dish.
What if you need to cut something?
Yeah, see, this is what I'm saying, right? That's what the dining table was busted out
Yeah.
for. But if I've got like just a fork, like a pasta situation, I'm not fucking
yeah.
fannying around with the table.
I'm not. I don't want to hold my plate like some sort of heathen. You know?
Fair enough. To each their own.
Anyway, wrap this up.
You can join the Discord server. There's lots of good stuff going on over there. And if you are worried about spoilers, there is a spoiler channel. So fear not, you will get no spoilers for new episodes of the show as they come out. It's a safe space. This is also new as well. If you do feel so inclined, we have recently put a Ko-Fi link into our show notes, so you can be sure to click on that if you'd like to help us with the keeping the lights on, paying the bills, and the running of the show. Feel absolutely zero obligation. You can just keep listening for free, and please don't go anywhere. Nathan, we have another podcast as well.
We don't.
Oh, well, this is news to me. I'll be honest.
No, we do. It's called Another Happy Pod. It's our pop culture podcast where every single week we watch Indiana Jones. We haven't watched one since we recorded our last Still Got Legs episode, so I don't know where we're at in the timeline. We've done the racist one. Now we get to do the fun one with Sean Connery in it.
Yes.
So there we go.
Yeah, the racist one has just come out. You can go listen to that.
Yeah, so everyone go listen to the racist one, and then later this week we can all watch
Everyone's
River
dad's
Phoenix?
favourite movie.
And my favourite movie. We can watch River Phoenix. Is it River Phoenix?
It is River Phoenix, yeah.
We can watch River Phoenix play Indiana Jones.
Yeah, we can watch some man give River Phoenix his entire personality.
It's great.
It's a good movie. Yeah, go check that out, and we will see you next Monday at 10 a.m. for more lovely, sexy Doctor Who times.
Bye-bye. I love you.